vengeance.
Hey everyone, it's not really a traditional video, it's much longer, and that's because it's kind of like a podcast. Me and Cal from Caljb03 teamed up to sort of talk about some of the DC fandom stuff, since there's a lot that happened this weekend, and we just wanted to get our thoughts out there. So if you want more sort of stuff long form like this, I just started a second channel, Coffee Corner, where I'm going to be doing some kind of podcast, some casual chats with friends and folks that I know, maybe even some commentaries for different movies and TV shows. So be sure to check that out. I'll leave the link to that in the description. The Batman love letter just hit 10K views, which is absolutely amazing. I didn't really expect that to happen. So thank you all so much for the support on that. And if you haven't checked out the Story of the Fans video starring Troy Aboyo 17 and Jackson and BTech Pyro, please go check that out. That was an amazing video, and I couldn't have done it without their help. So yeah, I'm not just a little update. I don't know if I'm going to do any of these anymore, but yeah, thank you all for the support and hope you enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome to Film Caffeine. I don't know how I'm going to format this. Is it podcast? Is it just like me and Cal venting for like an hour? I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna format this, but welcome. Basically, we're just gonna talk about DC fandom because, like, holy shit, that was an experience.
So cool.
I'll say, just a preface for like my feelings on it. It was extremely positive. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
There are a few things that like here and there that I'm like, but for the most part, extremely fucking positive. So
I'd say I kind of feel the same.
Yeah.
Pretty much most of it, I was like, yeah, this is amazing. Some of it's like, this is cool, but I'm kind of cautious on it, and some of it's just I'm not too interested in.
Yeah.
But that wasn't like really too often.
Yeah. If you're a Marvel show, get the fuck out of here. Boo.
You're not gonna be welcomed here.
No, I don't care if you're a Marvel. You know that whole debate now, like on Twitter, that's like, oh, it's the DC beat Marvel. DC beat Marvel. I'm like, I mean, yeah.
All I'm saying is like, just let us have this. DC has been shit for years. Can we just have this?
I saw that tweet. They're like, everyone was like, you know, everyone in Marvel is like saying, don't say that. That's fucking dumb. But like, yeah. Marvel fans have been saying that for 10 years. That's
you guys have just always been talking shit on DC. Yeah. You've got like just let us have this, please. God, it was just so good.
Yeah,
but we'll get into what we liked.
We will.
I guess. I don't know.
First off, let's start with the first thing that really drew everyone's eyes. I don't know. It was the thing they opened up with, the Wonder Woman panel.
Wonder Woman, yeah.
I mean, I don't want to talk about like. I mean, they did their Wonder Woman little game show thing later, but like, first of all, that was kind of cringe.
We really need to talk about that. Yeah,
we don't.
That wasn't really that much of a thing.
I mean, I think that panel does kind of warrant a video essay. Unlike the performance.
Why are they bad at the game?
Yeah. Oh, the bat at the game because they didn't play it the end, and then it's like a fucking 7-second Vine video essay. But yeah.
It makes a 20-minute long video essay. The Wonder Woman game broke me.
Yeah. I remember the thing with that. My voice just cracked. The thing with that, I don't see. I'll be honest. I read like a leak or something for the Wonder Woman movie on Reddit like a few months ago, right? I still have the thing bookmarked. I don't think it's real. A part of me thinks it's real, but like a part of me doesn't think it's real. But it very much like it sounds like it's real. Right? And it's super long. Cal, if you want me, I can send it to you later. But I mean,
I'll look at it after.
Yeah, but it's like super long, and it seems realistic. And the plot makes me kind of nervous because it's very weird. But everything I've seen from the trailers does kind of line up with what I've heard. But then again, a lot of leaks just happen to be like that, right? So
yeah, I mean, it's like the I remember when like they did like the Last of Us leaks and the trailers linked up to it, but like when the actual game came out, like none of them were true.
Yeah, and
It
Wonder
was
Woman
just stuff
might be in
taken
a
out of context.
Yeah, and Wonder Woman might be in a similar situation where I'm just kind of correlating random things that I saw from both the plot leak
Yeah,
and these trailers. But as a whole, I mean, I'm not like particularly excited for Wonder Woman 84. I was for a
I'm
while, and now I'm like, I mean, it's probably going to be a fine movie. I'm not expecting
yeah.
something spectacular out of it. Um, I'm excited to see Pedro Pascal Maxwell Lord. Not a lot of people are talking
Oh
about like
yeah,
him,
I can't
but
wait for
like
him. He looks
after
good in it.
Mandalorian, after just the way that it looks, right? With that kind of style and the way that they're presenting him as a villain, I'm very excited to see what that looks like. So,
Yeah, I mean, I used to be really hyped for it. I'm not as much now. I'm still looking forward to it. It looks really cool, looks fun, but I'm not like on the edge of my seat. Like I need to watch this right now
yeah.
compared to
It
like the
it
other stuff that's coming out.
it looks like a sequel to Wonder Woman. It
Yeah,
looks like it looks like it's a natural kind of progression from the last movie, which is a good sign, right?
yeah.
The plot that I read is kind of out there and makes me feel like it might not be a good. It makes me feel like if that's the actual plot, it will be a very polarizing movie, just because
Hmm.
it's a gargantuan mess. But it doesn't
Yeah,
look
'cause some
like too
people
much
might
of a
love it, but some might not.
yeah, but it doesn't look like the trailers doesn't make it seem like too much of a gargantuan mess. I don't. I think I'm finally settled on the cheetah design. I thought it was kind of okay. Then I was like, maybe it's not so great. And now I'm just like, why? Like, it's just,
Yeah,
I understand. A part of me is like sympathetic because can you really do a good version of Cheetah live action? Like, even the
I
concept
mean,
of character, like, is a furry. That's like what she is. She looks
like
like a furry.
the character design in this one, to be honest, I really don't like it. It
Mm.
just looks really off, and the same with like I think you can do it. I just think you got to change it a lot to make it work.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
like
you can just
the
straight up adapt it. Otherwise, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's cats."
Yeah, it's like the thing that they did with this is a weird comparison, but in Spectacular Spider-Man with Craven, right?
Oh
Where
yeah,
he looks kind of fine with like I mean, in the show in Spectacular Spider-Man, Craven looks perfect before he gets like the DNA shit, right? And then
yeah,
after he gets that, I'm just like, Do you need that? You had the perfect design before. And in this,
yeah.
like her like leather outfit or whatever it is, it's not the perfect design, but it's fine, I think.
It
And it
works
kind of
in the actual film. Like
yeah,
that works.
and then they have to go out and then make this design as well, and it's like, did he have
I
to?
think if you
I
could
don't
have
know if they
just done it, like maybe like get like figured out a way and given her powers with that outfit,
had.
and it could have worked. Like
Yeah,
make her have like cheetah powers, but she doesn't look like a cheetah,
mm, yeah,
and that could have worked fine.
I think what they, yeah, and like just the thing I like about Cheetah is the fact that she's fast. Like, I
Yeah,
don't care about her being like a big like beast who's like fighting Wonder Woman because like Wonder Woman has fought in so many like different like monsters like in her life. I
yeah.
the
Like
thing I
this is
like
just a
about Cheetah
much.
stuff is that she's fast, so like Wonder Woman can't keep up, right? It's like
Yeah,
Wonder
it's
Woman versus
actually
the
a threat.
Flash. Yeah,
So
and
just find like a big strong dude.
I I hope that the movie does that. From the trailer, it doesn't look like it's doing that, but maybe it will. Who knows?
Yeah, we might have to wait and see, like to see, because it could just be totally different in the actual film.
Yeah,
We don't really know.
but that's Wonder Woman. I
It was
mean, I
alright.
don't.
It
When is
wasn't
it
bad.
set to? Yeah, when is it? Is it set to come
It's
out later this year?
I think it is this year. I think it's like either I think it might be October. I'll have a look. I'll have
Mm,
a look now. Wonder Woman 1984. Oh, okay, no, it's just saying that the old release date.
Yeah, initial release is
Um,
August 12th, though.
October 2nd it's supposed to release.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it'll do well in theaters, but they got to release it at some point,
Yeah,
right? So, imagine
yeah. I
they
mean,
push it.
I'll go watch it, but
Imagine if
uh,
things get so bad that they push it to next year and they release this alongside the
got
Batman.
that. I mean, even if they release like early next year, it'd still be convenient against Suicide Squad. So
Yeah,
it
that's
can't really
true.
win either way. You'd have to be like at the very middle of the year, or like
Yeah.
just a time when no one else is.
This is kind of like the last leg that they can do. Otherwise, they're kind of screwed.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is like the last good placement for it.
yeah. Next event.
Even then, it's against Black Widow.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, shit, that's true. Yeah. Anyways, next event in the the official DC fandom
The
store.
official fandom.
I mean,
Yes, we
I mean this.
bought merch.
I bought merch. No, I was talking with Christian actually, and he said he was going to buy it. He was maybe going to buy some merch. The merch isn't great. Like
Hmm.
even the Batman merch, it's not great.
Yeah,
Like it's just
I
like
was thinking about buying one, but like, I didn't really want to spend my money on that.
all you
I'd
need to
rather wait till
do,
later.
all you, all you need to do, black shirt, plain black shirt, middle of the chest, red the Batman logo, just the logo.
Yeah.
That's it. But instead, they like had that weird thing of his side profile, which looks kind of weird, and like
Oh yeah.
colored version of it. It's like no, just make it as simple as
Just
possible.
make it simple. Like you don't need to go over the top with it.
Yeah, and if they had a simple design, that would have gotten a lot of money. But I feel like not a lot of people are gonna buy those shirts. But
It's like a lot of DC stuff's like super over the top. Have you seen like the new Wonder Woman like header and profile picture thing? It's
yeah,
just so like over the top. I really don't like it.
yeah. All right, next
Yeah.
DC fandom thing. The Postmates offer US only. Unlock 30 days of unlimited free delivery. You know,
Yes.
the one thing I'm thankful for. We'll get back to
It's
this later
Postmates.
because I want to bring this up later in the panel or when they're talking about shit. But the one thing I'm glad they don't have on this list is an offer for insurance from Jake from State Farm. But we'll get back to Jake.
Ensure your Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, we'll get back
Yeah,
to Jake from State Farm later. Okay, the big
of
boy.
course we
This is
will.
like I think this is the first like real big boy. I mean
Yeah,
the Wonder Woman we got the trailer, but Gotham
yeah, that
Knight.
wasn't like as big.
Yeah,
This is the controversial one.
this is this the controversial one or is Suicide
Yeah,
Squad
this
more
one.
controversial?
No, I think both are, but this one's a lot more controversial than Suicide
Yeah,
Squad.
just because it's kind of like super new since
Yeah,
it's
and
yeah
also Suicide Squad we don't know anything about yet, and this one we knew like a lot now.
mm, I see. I don't. It looks like for me, I'm not a big. You're a big like sort of not game. I don't
Yeah,
know if you're a gameplay expert, but you're much well versed in gameplay and
expert.
like how
Yeah, I know a lot
gameplay.
more about like how like this stuff works.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at it from like a visual perspective and a story
Hmm.
perspective.
Yeah,
From a visual perspective, it looks cool. They said it was
yeah,
pre-alpha, and I was expecting it to look like dog shit, but it doesn't. It looks
but like
cool. I like
pre-alpha,
the
this
style
looks
of it.
nice.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying like this is Fortnite graphics, and I'm like, it's not.
It's
This is
it's
incredibly great looking graphics, especially for a current gen game, because it is a current gen game. This isn't a next gen game. It's
yeah.
still releasing on current gen. It's being made for both generations. So like it's still
Yeah.
incredibly impressive. Yeah, we're still getting these.
Yeah, and I
But like yeah.
it looks I at first I was like no I want it like all dark because that's what I loved about Arkham Knight is that everything was kind of in that dark environment, right? But like
Yeah.
this is cool, this is still cool, and like
I think yeah.
I kind of get the Fortnite comparison, but I think that's only based off
I think
like
with the character designs, yeah, I can
yeah
see that. But everything else, just no. It's
yeah
nothing like Fortnite.
yeah, and
But
maybe
like
that will
I
change with
think
armor loadouts. We'll see
yeah.
with that, but
At the time, I didn't like it because I just wanted Arkham, but then I sort of just realized, yeah, this is not trying to be an Arkham game.
mm,
I sort of like, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm fine with
yeah.
not having an Arkham game.
Yeah. In
We've
terms
had
of,
four.
we'll get to story later, but like in terms of gameplay stuff, is there anything specifically you wanted to talk about? Because I know
The
you're talking about levels and stuff like that that I
yeah,
didn't really understand,
the
but you said
it
might be a
really
problem.
it really concerns me. These sort of mechanics because like when we were watching it, I was actually really liking it, and then I
Mhm.
just noticed that like an enemy had a 10 above his head, like as a level. And as
Mhm.
soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh no, this is an RPG. We're gonna have," and then they had like damage numbers and those resources, and it's like this stuff could work. It's just recently in like games, these mechanics just always fail badly.
Mhm. Mhm.
They're usually either used in like they just don't fit normally. So I hope it works, But like, if you look at games like the new Assassin's Creeds, they make RPG mechanics so that you have to complete all the side quests in this area so that you're a high enough level to do the main story mission, which means that a lot of people who don't want to do that will have to just spend money to level up.
Hmm.
And I just hope that's not how this goes. And it's like you can just complete the main campaign normally. You don't have to level up much. You can just play it.
Yeah,
So that would
I
piss a lot of
was
people off.
I like the sort of the single player experience of playing comic book games.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just because my experience with playing games has always, for the most part, been single player, other than like Injustice. But
hmm
so I'm kind of glad that they do have single player, and it's not like kind of forcing you
Yeah,
to
it's not a
do co-op.
forced online thing.
Yeah. So
It looks like you can have just as good of an experience playing on your own than if you play with a friend. Because like with something like Avengers, it feels like you can. I mean, obviously you can still play nearly every level on your own, but it's just really empty. And playing it with friends is the only good way to do it. But here
Mhm.
it feels like if you're playing on your own, it just feels like a normal beat 'em up, just game.
Mhm.
It's just fun to play. So I'm fine
Yeah,
with that.
yeah. I just
I
I
still
wanted
think
to.
that the I still think that the having no not having 4-player co-op sucks.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the other
That's
thing. I
dumb.
was like, that's you have 4 characters. That's the point,
Yeah.
right? Is having that.
I
Is
think
it like every mission you can only have 2 people? Is that the reason why
yeah.
they're doing that?
I feel
That's
like
kind of.
I'm not. I don't think that. I think I don't know what the reason is. I think it's like maybe like when we were watching the level with Mr. Freeze. I feel like the level design is quite small for 4 people. Like it
Mhm.
looks like it works for 3 people, for 2 people, but once you've
Mhm.
got four, it could probably get really just claustrophobic and just really cramped.
Yeah, I wonder.
So I'm not sure what it is. I think if you're gonna, I don't know. Yeah,
It just seems weird because you like market it with those 4 characters.
yeah.
That like
It's marketed
it
about
makes.
the four. That's
I wonder if there's going to
like
be at least certain levels where maybe you can have 4 player co-op. But
maybe,
even
maybe, or
then,
if
that's kind
anything,
of
they might just add it later,
that's true, right? Did they say it's
because
live
of an
service?
update.
No, right?
No, I don't think
Yeah.
they haven't actually confirmed any of the games that were announced to a live service yet. I don't
Mm,
think this needs to be like this could just be a normal game without being
yeah.
live service, and it will work very well.
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna check this out. I'm really interested in it.
Yeah. In terms of the story, so it's not an Arkham game, right?
No,
It's kind of like
I think it's
it's
just
like
totally
it
new.
takes things from Arkham and then like expands on it, but in a completely different way.
Yeah,
Because like even like that, the design for Jim Gordon was like the Arkham City Jim Gordon,
yeah,
and
it was.
yeah, and like even the designs for a lot of the characters were very similar. So it's like, yeah, it's
I think they've already confirmed that it's not set in
yeah,
Arkham.
it's completely different from Arkham, but it's very weird that like they're doing things from Arkham, but just not exactly the way that Arkham did them. I just find that weird. Like
Mm.
I wonder if there's a
Yeah,
better way to tell the story instead. Oh, Batman is dead, and now it's the Knights. It's
I
because
think
then
you could have
it just
easily
gets kind of
done.
confusing, right? With
Yeah,
Arkham shit.
especially since like the Suicide Squad is set in the Arkham series,
Yeah.
so like it's just kind of messy. Seeing like which one's connected to which, what's new,
Yeah.
what's old. But I don't know.
I mean, it's not too important the continuity as long as it's a good game. But I do wish that they're doing the Talons, and that like little ending bit in the trailer about the Talons was kind of cool.
Yeah, that
Um,
was nice.
and I hope they kind of, because the format of the game seems like kind of not kid friendly, because that just makes me sound like it's Fortnite, but like it's got
Yeah,
that vibe that Arkham
it
doesn't
seems
have.
like a lot more. Yeah, it seems like Arkham's a lot darker. This is kind of more like it is more family friendly, but I don't think it's like at a point where like yeah, kids can play this.
Yeah, this won't be
I think it's
rated
more
MA,
like more
or this
more
probably won't be rated
Spider-Man.
M. Yeah, this won't be rated
Yeah,
M, right? So
no, yeah. So I still don't know why Arkham is rated M. Arkham
mm,
Knight,
yeah,
but this will be a 16. I'm not sure that
yeah,
would be over there,
yeah,
but over here it'll be a 16.
mm,
All those sort of games are
yeah.
16s.
And Yeah, I hope they're still able to do Talons with that and like kind of make it like I think the thing that makes Talons scary is one, the idea that it's like just this society of like people secretly living in Gotham, but then also
Yeah.
the fact that like the Talons are like grotesque zombie creatures, right? That like
Hmm.
are even scary because you can't even see their face. They're just wearing these like weird assassin suits and they just like
Yeah,
move
it's just
like
really
fucking
creepy.
yeah, they move like voodoo dolls. So I think I don't want them to censor that completely, but I feel like you could still do that with the the things the the constrictions. I can't
Yeah.
speak
Yeah,
today.
I mean, you could
Given to them.
still do it. So I trust that they could easily like pull it off well.
Yeah.
So I mean, we just gotta wait and see.
Yeah. It's 2021, right? Sometime in the beginning of
Yeah,
the
it's
year.
next year.
Yeah.
I think it will probably be, from what we've seen, it seems polished. So I won't be
Hmm.
surprised if it's early next year,
Hmm.
but it could definitely be like November, late October to November.
That
We
would,
don't know yet. I'm not
yeah,
sure 100%.
I feel they would try to market it with the Batman movie, right? So
Yeah.
maybe it'll
I
be like
mean,
a
to be
summer
fair,
release.
I think like, if it was releasing that late, like October, November, then like at that point you might as well just not release it on the current gen, like PS4 and Xbox One.
You make it like a yeah.
You'd if it's gonna come out on all consoles, you'd probably want to do it like towards the beginning or towards the middle of the year
Yeah, that's the
because
thing that's
by
complicating a
then,
lot of things
yeah.
now, right? It's the fact that both next gens are coming this
Hmm.
year. But
And
yeah.
it's like for a bit, most of these sort of games are gonna be on everything. Like maybe
Mhm.
until like end of next, probably like beginning of the 2022, end of 2022. That will be when games stop releasing on current gen.
Mhm.
But like, it's all fine for now. Like
Mhm.
everything will be coming out anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Gotham Knights. It looks cool. I will say it looks
Gotham
cool.
Knights. I'm
So
interested.
yeah,
I'm
I mean, I
liking
don't
it.
have a PS4, but my friend does. So we might like pitch in and buy it and get it next year if it comes
Nice.
out. So, or I'll get a PS4 by this Christmas. I hope, but we'll see.
That would
Um,
be dope.
yeah, that would. Anyway, next thing.
What was next? Oh,
This
the Sandman.
this video of okay, I wanted to make a joke saying that like this podcast has been sponsored by Audible. Check out Audible's original Sandman universe, an audiobook adapted by the hit graphic novel Sandman. But I can't even make that joke because Audible actually does fucking sponsor videos on YouTube. So I'm not being sponsored by
So you can't
Audible.
even really say that.
Yeah, I don't have any views to garner a sponsorship from Audible, but
Shame.
DC Fandom though, DC Fandom was sponsored by Audible, and for like a fucking hour they were sponsored by Audible. What the fuck? I mean, I guess the proportions match up, right? Because it's like if it's a 10-minute video, you got to talk about Audible for like a minute, right? So if it's an 8-hour
Yeah.
event, you got to talk for the Sandman for at least 30 minutes. But
Which they did.
yeah. I will read The Sandman at some point. I'm just I'm just too lazy
I'll probably
to.
listen to it at some
Yeah,
point,
that's
but
true.
like I'm not too interested right now. There's other stuff
The
that I wanna,
the cast for the
you know,
thing is so I think we made this joke earlier. The cast for the thing is so fucking packed, but it's like they all just sat down and they're like, I don't want to actually like go through the effort of like
jump on a Discord call.
yeah, and jump on a Discord call and just fucking talk with each other.
Just
But yeah.
bash it out in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. I would like a movie from that cast. It doesn't have to be The Sandman, obviously, but I would
Just
like
make a film.
yeah, just make a film. Directed by Tiger King meets Matt Reeves because it's uncanny how similar that guy looks to both Tiger King and Matt Reeves. It's completely crazy. But yeah, that's
It's
Sandman.
insane.
Yeah, that's Sandman. Not to be confused
Yeah,
with the
we
villain
don't
from
really
Spider-Man 3, Sandman. But uh, but yeah, check out the Audible original book today. Don't. They didn't sponsor me.
go buy it.
Imagine if I got audible.com/film caffeine. That would be kind of fucking dope. But yeah,
Yeah. Get
Audible
the
sponsored
film
me.
caffeine TV show,
Yeah.
the Audible
Yeah.
or the audio book.
Hey, call out to
That'd be
Audible.
dope.
you guys sponsor DC Fandom, right? And you paid them like a bunch of money, and they gave you half an hour. Listen, here's my deal to you, okay? I'll do a fucking 1 hour video essay on the Sandman, specifically the audible thing. 1 hour video essay, full 1 hour meaningful discussion of the graphic novel The Sandman. If you give me enough money to buy a decent camera, that's all I ask. Okay, Audible, you heard me. Do it. They're not gonna do shit.
Give me
But
the
still,
money.
yeah, I just want a
Give
good
no one
camera.
caffeine
That's
the
all.
money.
Dude, I've been struggling to get a good camera. I've got the mic, but I don't got the camera. I need the camera.
Need the camera.
Yeah. Anyway,
Goddamn.
next panel, the
Next
multiverse.
panel.
I
Oh
didn't watch
yeah,
all of
that
this,
happened.
obviously, but
Yeah, we left.
yeah, they did the surprise. No, they did the surprise thing later, but
Yeah.
yeah, the multiverse thing was kind of, I know Scribe was telling me it's just way too fucking long and drawn out for like no good reason. You know what you did get out of the multiverse panel though, Cal?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you did get out of it is
What? Oh
yeah. It took you that long. Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah. Good job.
I didn't realize I wasn't. I didn't realize what you meant.
Yeah. Yeah. Go check Cal's Twitter. He's fucking horn dog bitch boy. But but yeah. Next, the Flash panel. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
that
Flash
was
panel.
okay.
That was like, I like the thing is it's not great, and Ezra Miller is weird, and like sometimes I like the way that he discusses like Flash stuff, and sometimes I don't, and like that was kind of corny. But the good thing I liked about that panel is like all the other panels were like we're acting like we're live and we're like in a Zoom call and we're talking. Is like, but very clearly they're not live because one, it's fucking impossible to like handle over so many people watching these fucking DC fandom servers. But then the other thing is that like it's edited. Like all the other things are edited to like include. It's not like just a raw. Only thing that I think wasn't as edited was the Suicide Squad panel had like moments where it wasn't really that edited, but everything else was like everything else was just like a straight up thing. Same thing with Matt Reeves, but like that was obviously like pre-recorded. But that was like that was the only one where they like are like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna edit this like a little video that you could put on IGN, right? Like, and I'm glad they like sort of like leaned into that and like they knew that they weren't completely live because everyone was like, we've got some live questions here from the fans about it's the like, WB Montreal announcement game. It's like,
hey, you guys have seen you've only seen you finished watching this like 20 seconds ago, but we already have 20 questions.
You guys watched an entire set of gameplay for this game called Gotham Knights, but the questions are about what can we know about the WB Montreal game. That was just so fucking pathetic. It was like you can't play that off.
If it's definitely not a real question, because if it was a real question, it'd be like, how the fuck did you get Batgirl to be so thick though?
Bro, that's a bunch of horn dogs. That's the two things you fuck the Batman. That's the only two things you got out of this entire thing. is multiverse lady and then fucking Batgirl thick.
Fucking Suicide Squad kill the Justice League, more like Gotham Knights fuck the Batgirl.
What the fuck? Gotham Knights fuck the Batgirl? That's the subtitle you're going with?
That's just how it is.
That's the subtitle?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining, do like a let's play on your fucking channel when this game comes out, where it's just you intensely looking at Batgirl.
I'm gonna be maining Batgirl.
Yeah,
she'd be my main. I'll have her maxed out in like in a day. I'll have a max level.
You go platinum with Batgirl.
I've unlocked all of the skins.
What the fuck?
I'm a pro esports gamer. I'm gonna go play for the Batgirl League.
Dude, what the fuck? She I mean, I will. Yes, she do be kind of thick, but also
she do be kind of bad, bro.
Okay, back to the Flash. um,
I forgot what we
that,
were talking about.
yeah. So you were the one that told me that Andy Muschietti actually like does all his movies with his wife, which
Yeah, I
I
think
like.
his
Yeah,
wife normally produces them and he directs them.
that's actually super cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So kudos
Yeah,
to
'cause they
them
both
for
worked
working
on,
out.
yeah, they both did like the It films as well together,
Mhm. Yeah,
both of the chapter 1 and
it's a
2.
very interesting person to get for something like this. And
Yeah,
like even I was watching Bill Hader talk about working with Andy Muschietti like on it, and he was like, "Yeah, the dude is
yeah,
like kind of chill and just like laid back with his cast, where he's like, and like while like Bill Hader was like every time he gets scared, he like smiles, so he's acting scared and he's like kind of smiling, and like
yeah, I
Andy
saw
Muschietti just
that.
on a megaphone is like, dude, Bill Hader, you gotta stop fucking smiling, dude." It's just like the most chill dude ever. So I'm excited to see like that kind of a
Yeah,
director work with this massive cast of people or a massive
yeah, I
cast
think it
of
could be good.
talents. So yeah, it's people are complaining it's not exactly a Flash movie, right? But like we got like a lot of that shit from the TV show anyway, and this looks
Yeah,
to
like,
be something completely different. That I'm fine with that, right? Flash
yeah,
into the
like
Batverse, sure.
we haven't seen this sort of shit in like a comic book film.
Mm.
Like, I mean, the closest I think I mean, yeah, we've had Spider-Verse, I guess. That's like the closest we've had. But
To
this
like
is
a
kind
full
of
comic.
this feels,
Yeah.
yeah, this feels like this is like DC's Spider-Verse.
Mm. And
That's what I
I
think.
mean, yeah, the weird thing to me is how they're going to involve the concept of like Flashpoint and Barry's mother. You can do it, and the way that they talk about it, they seem very confident. And like I think the script writer who was like on screen, I'm glad they're like including the script writer more in DC shit. Have you noticed that?
Oh yeah, yeah, they've been
Yeah,
using them loads
they're
in all
highlighting
their
the
stuff.
writers behind stuff, and like the directors are always commenting about like the writers and the scripts they got, which is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Not to
I
throw
really like it.
shit on Disney, but like they never do shit like that. So they
Disney
don't
could never.
they barely even do like director highlighting. Like fucking who there are two people that directed Captain Marvel, and like no one cares. No one knows who the fuck they are.
No one can.
And like so I'm
I
glad
had
that
no clue who directed them until like a few weeks later.
so I'm really glad that they're kind of highlighting those writers. That was a cool little tidbit that like that girl was like friends with Robert Pattinson's sister. That's kind of like a little cool
Hmm.
tidbit. It's a small world, I guess. But yeah, the Flash.
Small world.
Yeah, I'm excited. That concept art looks interesting. I don't know how I feel about the suit. It's better
The
than the
suit I
like the
think's
Justice League
okay.
suit.
Yeah, definitely. I
I don't know how I feel about those curves. That's it. I always
I
like
feel like
jagged
it's
lines in
weird
my Flash
because
suit.
it could probably look incredibly different in the main actual
Yeah, in the
film.
practical. Yeah.
So I feel like I don't really think it's like the same with the Michael Keaton suit. Like I don't
Yeah.
think they're actually gonna make it look exactly as it did
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna
in,
be it's like they're gonna adapt what like it looked like for Val Kilmer and mix that a
yeah.
bit in with like the classic suit. They're not gonna just hand him that suit with like the fucking open gap in his mouth that doesn't form fit perfectly. So
I mean, if they did that, I mean, it's a pretty cool suit. I kind of like it. So I mean, I won't
mm,
be complaining, but I just think like, I mean, I guess it could work, but it would be nice to get something new,
yeah.
I think.
But yeah. That's the Flash panel. Ezra Miller
It was okay.
is no longer choking people, so I guess that's a good thing.
I did find that like when we were watching it, like whenever Ezra Miller was like in something, like when he did
Mhm.
like the Suicide, not the Suicide Squad, the Snyder Cut,
Justice, yeah.
it was just it felt like, yeah, if yeah, the Justice League, it felt
Mhm.
like that they were just trying to make Ezra Miller look quirky and funny,
Yeah, and
just
kind
to
of
like
like
kind of like stop people, just to
yeah.
get people to forget about the
Because
him choking a fan.
you can't really throw the Amber Heard stuff under a rug, but like from a marketing perspective, you can kind of do that with the Ezra Miller stuff. So that's maybe what they're kind of
Hmm.
do, even though that's kind of I mean I don't
I
think
mean,
that's a good idea, but
yeah, I mean, I think you gotta mention it.
the best thing is to have Ezra come out and be like, yeah, guys, I know I did this thing and it's fucked up, and like do like not like a standard YouTube apology, but like like occasionally when YouTubers make a good apology, right? Like do one of those like things, and then people will kind of move on from there.
Yeah, so. I mean, I feel like his stuff was kind of like taken out of context. I'm not sure.
Because he was kind of like joking with the fan, but then he like actually went and choked her, and then like
yeah. So I mean,
then
you kind of want to know
like
the both.
portion.
So you may just want to know both sides of the story.
Yeah, but yeah, if he comes out with a kind of like a little bit of a PR friendly, but like still relatively genuine apology for shit, then people will move on. So.
Or maybe like just explaining it, because like it may not even like just need an apology. Like if it was just
if it
like a video that was taken out of context.
Yeah. We need something from Ezra's side. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like they need to mention it somehow.
Yeah.
It's the same with the Amber Heard stuff. They need to mention it.
Yeah.
They can't just sweep it under the rug, which they have been doing.
Because they did that for Jeff Johns, right? They're like, we're launching an investigation or whatever the fuck. I mean, again, usually when companies say they're launching investigation, that doesn't mean shit. But still,
no,
at least like,
it's better than not mentioning it.
Yeah.
They should at least they know about it. But like the Amber Heard's just like, yeah, it happened. We don't care.
Yeah.
If she is in it, I just don't think I'll watch Aquaman.
Yeah.
I just don't really want to support it.
I really hope she's not, but we'll see. I don't even need her. I don't even need them to kind of recast her. You could do an Aquaman movie without Mara, right? So
yeah, you can still do it. Well, that got kind of
that one political. We're political boys here.
We are woke.
Yep, we woke. And
woke bros.
Woke bros who find
film caffeine more bad. Like woke caffeine.
Film caffeine. I mean, it is caffeine, right? You know, guys, you want a little secret? Wake. You guys want a little secret about film caffeine? I haven't had caffeine in like 8 months. I haven't had it. I called it film caffeine.
False advertising.
Scribe likes drinking a bunch of fucking coffee, and I also decently like drinking coffee. And then ever since like I actually made film caffeine, I barely had any caffeine in my life. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, next panel. Beyond Batman. I don't even know what the fuck was that. Wait, was that the Kevin Conroy voiceover?
Yeah, that was shit? Like the Batman Beyond thing.
Fine
that
Brothers. The fucking Fine Brothers.
That was so disappointing,
bro.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Batman. I can't do a fucking Kevin. I can't do a Kevin Conroy Batman voice. I don't know why I even tried. But
I'm Batman, lol.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy strike all these people for reacting to content. Yeah. No, that was kind of
the Fine Bros are gonna copyright strike DC.
I get it. I saw Kevin Conroy like briefly tweeting about it, and he was like, it was a lot of fun to do that. And like I get that. It's probably fun for the actors to like, do shit like that, especially Kevin Conroy. But I was just like
that fun to watch.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of cringe. Did you see that Batman commercial?
Just like waiting. You want?
Did you see that Batman commercial that was like about the mask?
Yeah, like that was like with like that's when I started watching it because it's just Lego Batman. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then like Terry comes in, he's like, you guys aren't wearing the mask properly, It was, and I was
didn't watch the full thing.
It wasn't funny, but it was like, okay, cool, whatever. But then like also they just like disconnect Terry from the column. They're like, oh, did we erase his timeline or something? Oh, or her, because they're all fucking Adam West Batman or some shit. But like also the precedent that sets it, like, oh, Terry McGinnis wants us to wear a mask, but like we don't give a shit because we're Batman. That's like, I wonder if that's the message that can be derived from that. It's not like a big thing. It's just like a funny little commercial. But like the way it was presented was like it left a weird taste in my mouth. Like, what the fuck?
That's weird.
Yeah. Anyway, next big panel. Back to the big boys.
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
It's a Suicide Squad.
With some kind of Suicide Squad.
With the Suicide Squad.
So
and then you search up Suicide Squad and you search up Suicide Squad on Twitter and it gives you a hotline. Did you see that on Twitter?
Wait, what? Really?
Someone screenshotted them searching up the Suicide Squad, and like Twitter gave them a fucking suicide hotline. It's fucking. I'm
That's
a
actually
part of
pretty
me
funny.
like a part of me is kind of glad that they haven't just completely reverted their name to Task Force X and they actually still have it as the Suicide Squad because it's such a it's just a
It's a
great
cool
name.
name.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that
The
fucking
Task Force
I'm
X. That was
that behind the
amazing.
scenes. I didn't even need a trailer. That was honestly better than a
Like,
trailer.
thing is, just like the roll call on its own was just good enough. I found I really liked the
Mhm.
roll call,
I like the
but
roll
like that
call.
behind
It
the
was
scenes
kind
was
of
insane.
if they only gave the roll call, I wouldn't have been as satisfied just because like I don't know half those characters. I need to see them in action, right? The idea behind
Yeah,
this movie is similar to Guardians of the Galaxy, where I don't know shit about these characters, but I mean, they have the whole thing, no strings attached, no strings attached. But like the idea is James Gunn is going to try to get you attached to some of these characters, right? And
yeah.
it's that like and if I don't know any of them from like a fucking first look, then I'm not going to be attached. But like having that behind the scenes and seeing everyone have fun on set and see the way that they're filming it,
It's
it
just so
just looks so
enjoyable.
cool. Like of all the sets, I would love to be on the Batman set, obviously. But like
Oh yeah,
this would be like that set that I would be like, oh shit, I want to like see what the fuck is going on. Like even that one edit where like I think it's Polka Dot Man, David Desmelchian, right? He was like talking
yeah.
about he'll do something and then all of a sudden he'll go boom in that edit where like James Gunn is just going boom. That was like fucking that as someone who edits shit sometimes that was a
Yeah,
very good edit, clean edit. Good job,
it
guys.
was really nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. I like every people are complaining. Did you see Grace Randolph's take about the Suicide Squad outfit?
No, I only saw her complaining about Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That shit was also so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, the suicide. She was like, I think that this is going to be kind of controversial because, I mean, Margot Robbie, she should bring back the fishnets because like that's what looks good for the character, and like people are gonna complain that like this is not really character accurate now. But like, she should be comfortable and bring back the fishnets or some shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck
What?
is wrong with you? What the
What?
fuck? Yeah.
That
What?
is such a dumb take.
Yeah, I tweeted something about it. What did she actually? She compared it to someone else. Give me a second to find this thing.
I mean, I'm not expecting Grace Randolph to make smart takes, but like, damn.
Yeah, she said, "I understand she hates wearing the hot pants, but she's just got to do it. Sorry."
Wait, what? She's like, oh yeah, be comfortable. I want her to be comfortable, but I know she hates
She
them. But
said,
oh well, I want to
she
see
literally
them.
she said, she would have said, I know it sucks to film in the action scenes, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll even give you a little bit extra money." What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yes, give me extra money, Grace. I
And
must wear the fishnets.
she compares it to Mystique not being character accurate and Dark Phoenix. What the?
Who cares, bro? Who
No,
cares,
that's
Grace?
not the point. It's about one, making the
Literally,
actors comfortable, and two, making it fit the tone of the film.
like
I don't
I
give a shit
I
if
have
she's
seen
wearing fishnet.
no I've seen
And
no one complaining about Harley Quinn's design. It's such a good design.
yeah, and also she says this thing she's got to bring back the fishnets because that's character accurate. But like, didn't
How is
the
it?
Suicide Squad like invent the idea of her having fishnets? Wasn't that like
It's
not
not
a
like
thing?
isn't like one of like her like normal comic accurate. I mean, wait, what does it? Does it even matter if it's comic accurate since she didn't even
So
start in a
no,
comic
wait,
book?
wait. Yeah, no, it's not even comic accurate because like that, like how Suicide Squad had that completely like different design for Harley Quinn, and that was like
Yeah,
the pioneer of
which
using all these.
now everyone thinks of her as the blue and red
Yeah, which
haired.
is not the case. No, she looks like either
No,
like the classic costume, right, or this type of shit. And it's like it's so Grace Rand. I don't like shitting on Grace Randolph because I do actually like an occasional amount of her videos, but then she comes out with shit like this that I go, why,
it's just
why?
some of
Come on,
her takes are just so bad. It's
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
I just can't stand
Sorry to go on the fucking. Yeah.
it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, that Suicide Squad. What else is there to talk about Suicide Squad? Idris Elba looks fucking fire. He's got that
Idris
like
Elba looks
Jason.
fire and everything.
Yeah, he's got that Jason Todd kind of streak on his hair. I like that. I like that little touch. And I love David Desmelchin and everything he fucking plays, whether that be Gotham, Flash, Ant-Man, fucking brilliant actor. I can't wait to see
He's
him
so
play
good.
such a ridiculous character. And that's gonna be fucking awesome, dude. Sean Gunn's fucking
Oh yeah,
rat
the
from Endgame,
Weasel.
dude. What the fuck
So
is that?
cool.
Is he gonna like
I
talk, or is it just gonna be him screeching the entire movie?
I have no idea. I
Kind of want
can't
him
wait
to
to
talk.
find out.
I kind of want him to talk and just like say like stupid shit.
What if like he's like squealing all the time? At the very end, he speaks and it's like, wait, what the fuck? You could talk?
Bro, they pull a bumblebee on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
God,
gonna
I'm
be
so
cool.
excited for the film.
Also, the Ratcatcher 2. I don't know shit about the
Ratcatcher
Ratcatcher,
2.
and I don't know shit about
That was just so
Ratcatcher
weird.
2. Yeah.
It's like Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah.
Like what?
Who the fuck is Ratcatcher 1? John Cena looks awesome because obligatory. I can't see John Cena under the helmet joke.
He's not in the image.
He's not in the image. It's as
Where is John Cena?
It's as horrible as the camo meme. You know, like someone's wearing
so
camo.
Bad.
Bro, you know what's the sad thing? I used to make those jokes all the time.
Oh, I mean, I did when I was young, like when I was like a kid. But it was funny.
I was talking about like picking prom suits or something with my date, and like we spent an entire, I think like 1 hour making John Cena suits. Not John Cena jokes. I camo jokes about picking fucking like camo tuxes. And like looking back on it, I'm like, I regret this with every bone in my body because it's fucking cringe. But
this is a cringe.
Yeah, but yeah, fucking Suicide Squad though, pretty fire.
I'm hyped.
Second most anticipated DC movie probably. I think.
Yeah.
Because like I don't anticipate the Snyder Cut. I'm just like looking out for it. So
I'll watch it. I never liked Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman. Yeah. I'm not expecting to love the film, but like, oh well, I'll watch it.
We will get to Snyder Cut shit. But first, boss females of color within the DC universe.
Yes.
I catched a glimpse of this, but it was just like people from like the CW and like random people from like across like DC universe properties talking about shit. So whatever.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I mean, from what I'm hearing, it's like empowerment and stuff. I think that's cool. I'm more down for that. I just didn't watch it because it was getting kind of late, and I just didn't really want to. I was only watching like the big things.
I took
go
a lot
back
of
and watch it.
I had the stream on for like almost everything. I just wasn't checking it out because like I just do some homework or something while I was waiting. But yeah, that's. I mean, sure. Legacy of the Bat, sure, whatever that was. A performance. I didn't see the performance.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, the Joker thing. I heard Kevin Conroy did something for the Joker thing, so maybe I'll check it out later. But
yeah, I didn't know.
Jim Lee portfolio review. I catched a very little bit of this. This seemed kind of cool because Jim Lee seems like a very cool dude.
He's such a cool guy.
Yeah, you know what's really sad? You know, All-Star Batman and Robin, right? The Frank Miller comic that fucking sucks ass.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people like gave him shit for that comic, but like his art is so beautiful in that thing. Like the only reason I think people love that comic so much is because of his art. Right? Frank Miller's story for that is kind of dog shit, and like he kind of put the blame on himself when that series got canceled. Where he was like, yeah, it's just I was taking too long with my art and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, but like maybe you were, but even still, that's not your fault. It was the fault of like a kind of bad central storyline. So props to Jim Lee and they're making, and right after that surprise DC Comics panel, they're making a Static Shock movie.
That was cool. I mean, I have no idea who Static Shock is, but like, I know,
cool. I know a lot of people watch the show as kids. I didn't watch the show as kids. I was a kid once.
I was a singular kids.
Yeah, but yeah, that's interesting. I feel like they should do it in semblance of that show though, because I know the thing with that show is very similar to how I like look up to things like Avatar and shit like that. It's very much that show that was like teaching kids good lessons about life. And And I know people talk about sometimes, like, especially within like the Black community, seeing like a figure like that and a kid like that represented, like, as when you're like a Black kid watching
Oh
something like
yeah,
that, it's
definitely.
probably very influential and very beneficial for you. So I hope they sort of honestly, it's going to sound weird, but I hope they do like the same thing with the movie, where
Yeah,
they make a story and they don't go full like just enthusiasm of making a Static Shock movie and like kind of get to some core, message at the movie. Because I
yeah.
think that's
I mean,
why so many people resonated with the show.
I never knew of the character, but like from what I was hearing of it, like I think it's like a super fucking cool thing,
Hmm.
and I'm so down for it. I'm,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'll watch the film because I just haven't. I don't know the character,
Yeah.
but like I'm definitely glad that it's being made,
Yeah,
and that's those sort of films.
because there's a difference between just putting a superhero of color in your movie and then putting a superhero of color and then making it for kids, right?
Yeah,
There's
because
a very
because
different thing with that.
you can just make had a person of color and have it be like, oh yeah, that's it, that's the whole thing. It's just yeah, whatever. That the whole point of the film is this guy's of a color, but you
Hmm.
could also just make it so like that's not his that's not his character. He's
Hmm.
actually a character.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It's like I don't know.
Yeah. Because
It's like
like
sort of like yeah. You try not to
we
pander it.
you used to get all those fucking, not to get super nostalgic or boomery, but like used to get all those fucking movies about like, just like kind of tailored for kids, to be honest, where they like kind of try
Yeah,
to send a message to kids about like something positive. And I mean, not that Marvel doesn't do that, but like Marvel is more like about character focused stories and like also letting
yeah,
an adult audience enjoy it. But like there is a benefit to just making something for kids. So if they're doing that with the Static Shock movie, I would be very pleased. So,
yeah.
uh,
I'd be down for it.
but yeah, that's that. Then Batman Voices Behind the Cowl. I watched
I
this
haven't seen
actually.
that.
It was kind of cool.
What was it
There,
like? Okay.
they were just, it was like a documentary thing about like people from
Oh
international
yeah.
countries talking about like how they voice Batman. And it was cool to see because
Oh
like
okay.
I've watched like Indian cuts of like a few Batman films, and the voices
Hmm.
aren't completely out there. They do go through a good enough selection process to pick the right person. So it's cool to see
Okay.
those people reflect on that experience. But yeah,
Yeah.
here's another big boy. The Snyder
The
cut.
Snyder Cut,
Snyder cut.
the thing
Snyder,
that a lot of people are only watching for.
the Snyder cut. The thing that, yeah, see, here's the thing. I don't really like when people are super fucking, not that I don't like when they're diehard Snyder fans, but I don't like it when people are diehard Snyder fans and shut their eyes out to everything. Like that one guy,
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say his name, but there is this one person on Twitter who is fucking farming Snyder cut content. Absolutely farming Snyder cut content.
I know
Like,
who you mean.
yeah.
Isn't he got
And
like a cringe account for him?
maybe there is
Yeah, I think I know who you mean though.
his account revolves around around the sun that is the Snyder cut. Do you get the joke I'm making here? It revolves so close to the sun that is the Snyder cut. Do you get the joke I'm making here? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's such a brilliant joke, and whoever got it, comment below that I'm a fucking dumbass because
Great
that was the
joke.
stupidest joke that I've ever made. But yeah, I don't like it when people do that, right? And then use that to actively shit on like Pattinson. But
Hmm.
I mean, it is good. That trailer was good. I know Hallelujah is
Yeah.
overused in trailers and stuff, but it was good for this trailer. And I think not Stuckman. Jeremy Johns, right? He
Oh,
did the
Jeremy
Snyder.
Johns, yeah.
Yeah, fucking king. Uh, I love
The
that guy so much.
King.
But he was talking about like how it made him want for a 4:3 cut of the Snyder cut. I
Oh
kind of
yeah,
want
it's
that now.
really cool.
It looks cool with that. I know it's like he said it. I know it's objectively worse, but like I still want it. And it's like I don't have like a VHS tape or anything like that either. But like I want to see that cut like in that form because it looks so cool like that.
Why
So
would you like make the entire trailer look like that if it's not gonna be like that?
Yeah, I would maybe they're doing that so that like they don't have to worry about like special effects on the side and they can focus on like just
The main
effects
thing.
of characters. And I wonder if that'll make it cheaper even.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's it. The Snyder Cut is cool. Superman's suit looks better, black suit. Um, I wonder how that film is going to. My thing is, how is that film going to end? Because they included the panel with them kind of looking happily after defeating whoever the fuck they defeat, whether it be Steppenwolf or Darkseid or whoever the fuck it is, right? I wonder who.
Oh yeah.
Because there was a theory that they're going to end the Snyder Cut with them like killing Lois Lane and then having it like a cliffhanger. So then everyone will be begging for Snyder to come back, and so then maybe they'll have Snyder come back and do Justice League 2, which I don't want them. I don't want them to do that kind of. But like a cliffhanger would be kind of cool, just to like have a little tie off. But
I mean, because
I
it's
know
weird,
that
like, because yeah.
I know if they do a cliffhanger, the fandom will go crazy, and that's the only reason I don't
Yeah,
want a cliffhanger.
it's like yeah, I don't mind having the cliffhanger and just leaving it, but it's like it would just have the Snyder cultists will just like start going mental again,
Mhm.
and we'll just lose their shit. Like, oh, give us part 2. I'm like, come on.
And I'll say
Seriously.
the actual scene of the ending to the Justice League isn't terrible. It's I mean there are things that don't work about it, but like the little like the voiceover montage with Amy Adams, it's not terrible.
Yeah,
So if they ended it like that too, I
it
wouldn't
was alright.
mind. But yeah, we'll see what they do with that. That'll be
We'll see
interesting.
how it goes.
The way that Snyder talked about Justice League stuff was interesting. He was like he was very enthused about it. And also, where the fuck was Jason Momoa? He wasn't there for the Aquaman panel, right?
It didn't even turn up.
Yeah, and he was the one who was so fucking hyped about the Snyder Cut in the first place. So I don't know where the fuck he went, because it's all
He was
pre-recorded
one of the
too,
only ones doing
right?
it.
So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they needed to pay him too much money and they were out of a budget. But yeah,
I don't know.
that was a good. It wasn't a great panel. It was nice to see Ben Affleck back.
Yeah.
But he's still very much taking a backseat on everything, and understandably so, because I mean the limelight of being the Batman is it's so fucking huge that even like
Oh yeah, for sure.
even Robert Pattinson like doesn't he have like a secret Twitter account or something like that?
Yeah, like him and Donald Glover just like they don't want to I don't know. They don't want to like
Yeah.
be public on Twitter. They have
Dude,
like secret accounts.
What if
They are one of us.
What if Robert Pattinson is Mercury? He's just actively shitting on himself. Super
Robert
insecure.
Pattinson blocked me.
That's true. Oh fuck. But yeah, that's it's gonna be a constant guessing game of who's Robert Pattinson.
Who is Robert Pattinson? Well, because I mean, we don't know what Robert Pattinson does on Twitter. He could just be like looking at like a makeup tutorial. I don't know.
He could be a K-pop stan. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a K-pop
But
stan.
like I've seen that like Donald Glover on Twitter, he's like in like the communities that are like standing him, and he talks to like the people who stand him, but they don't know who he is. They didn't know that it's him.
What the fuck? That's gonna.
I'm pretty sure he even came out. I'm pretty sure he even came out and said like he's in group chats that are dedicated to standing him, and they have no idea that it's him.
That's fucking. And
Like,
I mean, honestly,
imagine just revealing yourself.
It's kind of fun to just be. I'm assuming like. Imagine like I'm assuming like within 20 years, the type of people who will be making comic book related content, if it hasn't died out already, will be like us, or like people like us,
Yeah.
who were so dedicated to it, and then now are. I feel like not to have an overall commentary in the middle of this discussion of the Snyder Cut, but I think I was actually thinking about this last night about like how because like Matt Reeves was talking about Batman and how he was a fan of Batman, but like a lot of the people who direct those kind of movies don't seem to be big fans of Batman. And I used to think like, oh, that's just because they're not seeking those people out, right? But I don't even think that's the case. I just
Yeah.
think it wasn't as big of a thing back then. So the people who went into film and who went into those things were big fans of shit like Taxi Driver instead. Shit like the Scorsese films. They were bigger
Yeah.
fans of that than they were of like the comic book genre, because that was barely a thing at the time. But now
Yeah, but
that's
like,
what's in. That is like the thing that is in. And like, not that everyone is a fan of superhero movies, but a large majority of the people who discuss these movies are like
all fans of
hardcore
them.
stans. Yeah. And I think a decent, like, I mean, I'm not doing a film major, but are you doing a film major?
Yeah, I'm studying film in college.
Yeah. And like, I know Hassan is also planning on doing a film major, I think,
Yeah.
right? And so a lot of people I know on Twitter are going that direction. And a part of me wishes I did, but like, I like software engineering too much. So maybe that's
Yeah,
something
so
I do like. My dream job is always being like a film director for something like this, but like that'll always be like the second thing to like software engineering. But
yeah.
like it seems like that's the the direction that the world seems to be going. And if it, I mean, I know there is that element of people being like, I don't want to hire a fan to direct like my fucking like $100 million film. But if like people, whether it be like on Twitter or on anything, sort of cloak themselves in the right light, where they're like, oh yeah, I was a fan of this stuff, but like this is my other work that I've done, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then sort of step into that light, then they can like reveal themselves like, oh yeah, no, I'm actually a huge fucking Batman stan. And like,
Well, like it's kind of that's what it feels like with Matt Reeves. Like he just seems like a massive like Batman fan.
and we will
Like
get
the
to
shit
Matt
that he's
Reeves.
read.
I'm
Yes.
purposely not bringing up any Batman shit until the end, so that people, I mean, people won't watch until the end, but like, we're gonna go off on the Batman. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we're gonna be talking about it shitloads.
yeah. Overall, I feel like within the next maybe even 10 years, 15 years, we will see a bunch of like Twitter stands directing maybe some of these movies. And it sounds like ridiculous, right? It sounds like a fucking joke. But like honestly, within the next 20 years, we could have like a Batman movie, maybe not a Batman movie, but like maybe a fucking, I don't know, it was a Green Lantern movie directed by
Mercury.
yeah, Mercury. Fuck, if Mercury directs the film, oh god, no.
It would be awful.
Do you think they'll get like, do you think they'll ever get like a press person direct a movie? Like, I wonder if like
I don't know.
Jeremy Conrad is gonna direct a Marvel movie in the next like 10 years.
They get the quartering to make the Batwoman movie.
Fuck. No. Please,
He's
God,
just gonna
no.
he's just gonna make her a straight white male.
No. He's gonna go all in. He's gonna like it'll be a parody of SJWs. It'll be
If he makes it, if he does it, he'll. I know for a fact that he'll like make her wear like no clothes. Because have you seen the? Did you see the thing with Captain Marvel when she did like the yoga thing?
No, I didn't. What was that about?
And apparently he was like looking at the. I can't remember exactly what he said or what it was, but I think he was like looking for like a Twitter timeline, and there was a lot of images of like Brie Larson when she was doing the yoga video.
Oh,
And he just like
should
he
have
was
been the
just saying like,
costume or
I'm gonna jerk off to this tonight. Well, she was
Yeah.
saying like I'm gonna jerk off to this tonight. I'm gonna get myself off to this. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's cool, I guess.
Yeah,
Thanks for
that's
letting
not.
me know.
Yeah, that's just the right amount of information.
That's a quartering moment.
Yeah, that's a quartering moment. Yeah, dude, quartering and Grace Randolph should get together and do a collab.
Yeah,
I want to
they're
see
gonna
the
collab.
discussion. You know, I think she should
Quartering
bring
it.
back the fishnets
Yeah.
because like that's comic
She
accurate.
should
And you
bring
gotta
back
do
the
it.
fishnets.
I'm sorry.
You gotta bring
I'll
back the
pay you extra
fishnets.
money, but like, please suck my dick, please. I'm sorry you have to deal with this, but I'll give you extra money. It's fucking.
I'll give you extra money if you have if you just say you love me, please. I'm so lonely.
Just have sex with this producer. I'm sorry you have to deal with this, but like, I'll give you extra money. So fuck you. The stupidest fucking take on this app. But yeah,
me when I see the woman in the fire shirt, just I'll give you money. Please say you love me. Please love me.
fucking Twitch tier 3 sub.
I simp.
That went off the rails. Back to the Snyder Cut. I'm glad we're doing this tangent during the Snyder Cut of all things. But
People are like, you're not taking the Snyder Cut seriously. Yeah, and
honestly, yeah, yeah. You know what was
you
weird?
got a problem.
You know what was weird about that entire trailer? The scene
What?
where Flash saves Iris, right?
Yeah.
He's not wearing any
It's kind
shoes.
of bad though. Oh yeah.
He's just barefoot and his like feet are like kind of smoking. I'm like, what? And that made me kind
It
of
was so
uncomfortable
fast.
for a
The
second.
shoes destroyed.
Yeah, I was like, that's weird. But also the scene where I showed the trailer to Scribe, and he was like, "What the fuck is that scene where Batman is just resisting 3 like parademon fires with his hands?" I didn't. It looked kind of cool, but like also it didn't make any sense whatsoever. I was like,
it was so weird.
Yeah. Also, I guess they kill off Dr. Stone, right? Or is that just like a dream sequence?
I don't know. I think I have no idea whether it's a dream sequence or not. I feel like it could be an actual thing in the film.
Yeah, I like the concept that they're actually breaking the mother box with like a laser or whatever the fuck instead of just Cyborg doing some ooey gooey magic shit.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm excited to see what Ray Fisher does. I'm not like the huge fan of Ray Fisher because I just haven't seen like any of his work, but like he seems cool. He seems fun. So
he seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, I can't. So yeah, overall excited for the Snyder Cut, but not like super excited. Just like it'll come out in HBO Max, and I'll be like, oh, it came out. Okay, time to get HBO Max. That's what'll probably happen.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we don't have it in England, which sucks because I really want.
Yeah, there are a lot of international Snyder fans, like a huge amount of international Snyder fans that I will be very surprised if they don't have a good distribution plan for.
They need to put it on in the UK.
There are so many fucking like Snyder fans in whether that be in China, whether it be in Europe. There are like a lot of international Snyder fans, and if DC doesn't do something to help kind of please them, there's no point of doing the Snyder Cut because
you might as well cancel the Snyder Cut.
Honestly, yeah, because like America is just 300 million people. That's not. Yes, it's a market because we're based on capitalism, but still, there in terms of the Snyder Cut, there has been a core following from other countries that you have to please that audience in some way.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I mean, like, it's like I don't mind just paying like a bit extra, and I'm guessing the Snyder Cut thing's like a weekly thing, maybe.
I think it's going to be an hour a week, right? And then they're going to like assemble it together.
So it's like I'm fine with like maybe like once there's like on like the last week spending a bit extra, and then getting the again like a VPN and watching it.
Bro, they released.
Like, I'd rather not.
I'd rather just have it. They released it on HBO Max for a price of $50. I would sue Snyder. I would sue Snyder for my emotions. I would sue Snyder for my emotions because he just I think I would.
Here's the thing. Need to have another fucking rant about this.
If they here's my bet, and I might regret this. If they release the Snyder Cut on HBO Max, but they make it cost like more than $30, right? Like you have to pay to watch it on HBO Max, then I will delete my Twitter. I will make a new Twitter and I will delete my Twitter. It's the weirdest fucking bet. Like that's how much I have confidence.
What will you be losing?
What?
What will you be losing though?
It's true. I won't be losing much. I'll lose my core following of like a few people. But yeah,
like we don't need to have another like the tangent. Just talking a shitload on that fucking mark thing, whatever it is. that business.
Yeah. Anyway,
practice.
Flash TV panel. Nothing.
I didn't watch it. I had it on, but I wasn't watching it.
I watched it. It's like the season. It's the finale of the season, but they didn't even finish season 6. So they've made some of it season 7, but now it's only coming out in 2021. And it's like, why don't you like just release it? Maybe it's because they need to film more shit and they can only film more shit later. But like still, you might as well like release a couple episodes like in December, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
I feel
Black
like
Adam.
couldn't
Go
they
ahead.
like were they like not able to like make I think I saw like they couldn't do
Yeah,
like the season finale, so it was just always on a cliffhanger
yeah, so there was
or
22
something.
episodes. It was 22 episodes. They only filmed until episode 20. Yeah, until episode 20. And they were gonna do more shit. And there was supposedly like
Oh,
this crazy ending to the season that was like absolutely insane. But they weren't able to
well,
film
they
that.
didn't see it.
Yeah, so now they're gonna have to make that season 7, but then they also have other shit that they have to do in season 7. So I wonder, here's my other like weird theory, right? What if season 7
Mm-hmm.
is just the ending of season 6 and they only make it like 5 episodes or whatever the fuck?
Maybe.
Which would be kind of sad, and I wonder if there's a mandate for the CW to be like, no, you have to make more episodes. But in this situation, there's like nothing else they can do. That maybe they finish like they cut everyone's pay in like by like 3 quarters, and they film until the end of whatever was supposed to be season uh 6 as season 7, and then season 8 just starts fresh. And I feel like if that were
Maybe.
possible, that's the only way that I would go. But
I think so. That could probably be how they do it. I mean, I'm to be fair. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm never gonna watch it, so yeah.
yeah, I'll watch it probably. I haven't catched up on the Flash. I need to do that at some
I
point.
may go back. I mean, I keep meaning to like go and watch like all the CW stuff because we have it on Sky over here. But
Mhm.
like, there's just so much at this point. I'm like, do I really want to?
I would say watch, if you're gonna watch anything, watch Arrow season 8. Arrow season 8 is
Yeah,
half of it
I've
is
seen
kind
like
of weird, but like the first episode to like the fourth episode is like good shit.
I've seen like the first few seasons of both Arrow and Green and no Arrow and Flash, and they
Mhm.
were pretty good. But then like the Flash started becoming more of a teen drama, and I was like, oh, I don't really care anymore.
Flash season 1 is brilliant. Flash season 2 is also pretty brilliant. Flash season 3 is not as great, but like there are redeeming elements. Flash season 4 is
Yeah,
a complete fucking like a 180 turn on like the tone of the show, and it's kind of cool but like very weird, and I don't like it. Flash season 5 is
okay,
like just like a fucking mess and
yeah.
garbage fire.
That's kind of what I gathered from what a lot of people have been saying about the show. Like
Yeah.
some of it's a mess, and some of it's just what.
Yeah, it's sad to see the Flash go down that, because like I had such an
Yeah,
affinity for that show, because I watched that show. I think was like the first like big DC thing I actually got like super attached to. I mean,
oh yeah,
I got attached to Batman shit, but like in terms of live action like television, right? Just television in general, and like live action television in general, Flash was like the first thing I got attached to. So then
so
now
yeah,
it's
like seeing it like go to shit could be like really bad. Like just
It's just
sucks.
like, and yeah, and the fact that I feel like I don't want to watch the show anymore, that itself is like enough for me to be like, this fucking sucks. But
Yeah,
that's the Flash, Black
that's the
Adam,
Flash.
Black Adam. I
I'm
I'm not 100%.
concerned.
I I'm not 100% sold. It is cool that
No.
like Doctor Fate, Adam
Yeah,
Smasher. No,
I
I don't
think
give a shit about Adam Smasher. Hawkman though,
fucking
that's
like
kind of cool.
Hawkman and Doctor Fate. Once I saw them, I was like, okay. I mean, I'm gonna watch it now,
Yeah. Before
but
you
like,
I feel like I was gonna watch it anyway because I watch DC shit all the
oh
time.
yeah, I think I will probably end up watching it. Like it's the same with Marvel films. Like I'm not interested in them, but I still end up watching them anyway.
I hope
So
I hope that, not to shit on Dwayne Johnson, because if I shit on Dwayne Johnson, he will beat my ass.
yeah, but we challenged him to a fight last night. And he didn't say
That's
anything, so he's just a
That's
bitch.
yeah, he's just a coward who won't fight me.
He's a
What if like
coward.
what are the chances just randomly, absolutely randomly, Dwayne the Rock fucking Johnson listens to this podcast, sees that we're making jokes about how I can beat his ass in a fair fight, and then just decides, "Oh, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. I
Let's
will
do it. Let's do it.
I'll invite
Let's
you.
do it.
I'll give you free tickets to my reality show, The Titans Games, and come here and see if you can beat my ass." And I'll be like,
Yes.
and that's it.
Let
That's
us
it.
do it.
Yeah. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. invite me to your show, okay? Because like I'm also trying to lose weight, so just just invite me to your show, and I will beat your ass. I'll beat your ass. But yeah, no,
Just
he's
at
I don't
when you upload this video, just at Dwayne Johnson and just say like, yeah.
yeah. Fuck you, Dwayne Johnson. Fuck you. That's it. No, but like it's weird to me that it's like the only reason they're making this movie is because like Boss Logic made fan art of
Oh
Black Adam
yeah,
as The Rock like 10 years ago. Like that's like the only reason. And like
yeah.
that's still cool, right? But like the whole emphasis of get ready guys, the power levels in the DC universe are about to change. It's like, no, you're just Shazam. You're just Shazam.
You're
But
just you're just
like,
Shazam, but you have a black outfit.
yeah, and you're edgy and you kill people. Wow. It's like
But he might not do that because The Rock doesn't kill people. The
that
Rock is good person.
that's true. They're gonna make Black Adam. I don't. I hope they like. I hope when they were because they said they've been working on this film for a long time. I hope that doesn't
Yeah.
mean just that they've been negotiating Dwayne The Rock Johnson's contract for a long time, because that's probably what it means. But I don't. I hope it is like it's not a traditional The Rock. Like he actually delivers a good performance, because I
Mm.
don't have full faith in The Rock, but
The
like
problem is
he's
I
good
don't
in some things. So
I
like
don't think he's a bad actor. I just think like it's one of those things like I know like it's one of those comments like for any actor it's just like oh this again. But like it's just he just plays the same roles in every
he's
film.
yeah, and he's not. It's not that he's not comfortable about getting in another role, but it's like that's what works for him, and like
Yeah.
that's what
And like that's
everyone
fair.
like.
Like if that's what you're happy with doing, then that's great. But like it can get boring to watch after a while.
Yeah, and I need him to be. I need this movie to be because I think if this movie does well, Marvel will use this as a template for a potential Doctor Doom movie, or like any just potential future movie, because like this is kind of that style, right? Where you take it's like making a Jason Todd movie where like you're rooting for Jason Todd, but also he's not necessarily a good guy. And like I think they need to do something with this movie that's unique. And
Yeah.
Noah Centineo, not a good actor. I
No.
my, no A Perfect Date, the movie on Netflix, A Perfect Date. It's a shit film. I kind of like it. I don't know why. It's got
In
like
like a really dumb way. Like it's just like you can just like put it on in the background and just
yeah, and also it's shot really well, surprisingly. Like it looks
yeah.
beautiful. Like
It's
in the
weird. It's weird how a lot of like Netflix originals are shot quite well,
yeah,
even
like
if they're
to all
total
the
shit.
yeah, the To All the Boys I Loved Before is like fucking shot beautifully. Like I
Like
don't know how they
look at
shot that movie, but it looks beautiful.
some of the shots in 13 Reasons Why are so fucking good, but the show is
It's
just total
pretty
shit. The show is just garbage.
yeah. I know,
Like
it's fucking
I remember looking at like this shot where like they're closing like the door and then it's like or something and then like it goes from like outside and really dark to like a party and I'm like what the fuck? I didn't expect this level of just this
yeah,
in
because
this fucking film in this show.
it's like The Perfect Date is like one of those movies where the writing is dog shit, but like it looks so beautiful and crisp. Like
It
those
does.
like What If, like like that Daniel Radcliffe Zoe Kazan movie, and like all those like kind of romantic comedies that like actually look good, right? It looks like that,
Yeah.
but like and again, back to Noah Centineo, not a great performer, right? But maybe they can. I mean, it's Adam Smasher. What the fuck are you gonna do with Adam Smasher? He was talking about rich character, but like, I don't. Sure, if you want to make him a deep character, sure. Just I don't want the fact that it's Noah Centineo to fuck that up. But did they
Yeah,
reveal
which
who
it
they
could
got
do.
for Doctor Fate? Or are they still casting that?
I'm not sure. I don't know really what's going on with that. I
Yeah,
don't even know like the casting for really any of the characters to be honest.
that's I. Yeah, I hope it's good, just because it's going. If it's bad, it'll just kind of disappear and no one will talk about it. And
Yeah,
if
which
it's
would suck
good,
because he's such a good character.
yeah,
I'd love a good just Black Adam film.
yeah, and like I know that like they're gonna do Black Adam versus Shazam at some point, and I
I
know
really hope so.
it's gonna be like at the end of the day, Black Adam will like join their family or whatever the fuck, because he has to do that. But like I hope that's not. I hope it's not like that, but we'll see.
It's like
Dude,
I would
imagine
be
if he,
totally fine.
oh no, imagine if he joins the Justice Society at the end of the film.
That would I don't know. I don't know if I'd like that.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll be intensely following this movie now. That's a good thing.
Oh yeah, definitely
DC
same.
fandom helps set up, and for a lot of these things, actually, it set a precedent to be like, oh, we are making this thing, and it will be something. So check out for it. So
It feels weird, like actually seeing like Black Adam's actually happening when it's
instead
been
of
years.
fucking selfies he takes with Henry Cavill here and there, it's like an action.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but like I mean, the problem is I mean it's like I don't like the idea of Black Adam like just making a film and him being good in it, but I'd be down with a film like that. Maybe like at the very end he becomes a villain.
yeah.
And something happens at the end that turns him into a villain. I'd be down for that. Like make him a good guy and then have it at
And
the
then
end.
take him bad. Yeah, that might be more compelling, honestly.
Yeah,
And it will work better for the character.
because then at least then like you could maybe connect with him more. Like if it's just like the problem with having like a villain the entire way is just that you know unless it's like Joker, if it's just a villain, then like people will be like, oh, I just don't like you. I want you to lose. And it's a film about him, so he's not going to lose.
Yeah. So
So
we'll see. But it is on my
I'm
radar.
intrigued.
I think in terms of like DC films, I don't know if it's my maybe it is my third anticipated movie. Of
I don't
like,
think it's my third, but like I think it's on there. It's on the list of like I will watch it. I am interested in it, but I'm not getting my hopes up right now.
yeah,
I want to see more before I start like really getting excited for it.
yeah. Next up, CNN Heroes, dude. I kept making those
Yes.
Cooper jokes. I didn't expect it to happen. They got fucking Anderson Cooper. I mean, of course they were talking about like the news shit. So like Anderson Cooper didn't talk about fucking Batman, but like still, they got Anderson.
But I mean, like I remember you were like, "Oh, I wonder if Anderson Cooper comes on." I was like, "Okay, well, it's like 1 a. It's like 12 o'clock. I'm gonna go to bed."
Yeah.
And then I just looking at the group chat, and then I just see like, "Oh my god, they got Anderson Cooper in there."
Yeah.
Oh my god, they actually did it.
Yeah. No, here's the thing. Because like Wolf Blitzer is like, I think kind of more of a serious news anchor, right? But
Yeah.
they got him for the Mission Impossible movie, right? But here's what probably happened behind the scenes. DC went to CNN. They're like, "Hey, do you guys want to do something to fill time here? Because like we want, and you can also just highlight something, and we can get our good PR quotient out of the radar." And they're like, "Okay." And then the CNN people went to Wolf Blitzer, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to do this thing about the DC superheroes?" And he just like threw the papers in their face, and he was like, "What the fuck do you think my answer is? No." Fuck you. I'm a serious journalist. I'm covering actual topics here. And then Anderson Cooper was like drunk after his New Year's party thing, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, sure, whatever." And then he wakes up the next morning. He's like, "What the fuck did I get myself into?" but
Why
yeah,
did I choose this?
yeah, that's probably what happened. But I can very clearly visualize like DC coming up to Wolf Blitzer with like a please and like a little stack of cash
On
and
the
him
knees, just like,
yeah,
please,
him
Anderson
just
Cooper, please call me no live stream. We need you.
we know why stream senpai. And then he just fucking kicks the shit out of them. He beats them to a pulp.
He beats the ball. It's like, yeah,
No,
I think I'll do it.
I'm vengeance, not that fucking piece of shit Battinson Twilight. I'm vengeance.
The Badinson Twilight.
Battinson Twilight. That's his fucking name now. But yeah,
Badinson Twilight.
it was just a good thing to put in the background. They were talking about like shit and like charities in India and stuff that I've been following, and like my parents were showing me, which is cool. So it's nice that they like highlighted, even if people were just, because a lot of people probably just had it on in the background the entire time, right? So it's nice to just kind of highlight that. But Titans,
for anyone that was concentrating. Yeah, Titans. Wonder how they'll make this show bad. No, I didn't watch it. I've watched the show, but I didn't watch the panel.
Okay, do you want me to tell you all the reveals? And I want to know how you react.
I've seen one, and that
Okay.
was, I think, like Barbara Gordon's gonna be in it.
Barbara Gordon.
That's the only one
Okay,
I've seen.
yes. They said she's going to be Commissioner Barbara Gordon.
That's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, that's kind of cool.
I kind of wish she was like. I want someone who's good to pair off of Dick, right? And Wonder Girl had that a little bit, and Starfire also kind of had that, but Starfire never interacted with Dick like the entire fucking season. Even
Oh
Minka
yeah.
Kelly's, even Minka Kelly's Dove, who Minka Kelly Dove and Connor Leslie Wonder Girl. I'm not gonna finish that sentence, but yeah. But
Yeah.
I why was Connor Leslie there if Wonder Girl? Are they gonna bring her back in the show? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't get that. Maybe, or maybe
But
they're like, oh, we can't afford anyone else to come in. You just come in, please.
yeah,
We need pad out the time.
yeah. But yeah, because it's gonna be on HBO Max, right? They're gonna give them more episodes, and they're gonna be like,
Yeah,
oh god, that'll be even worse. But yeah. Also, who else is coming? Scarecrow is
I have
gonna
no
be in
idea.
the show.
Ooh, that would be cool.
I'm actually kind of excited for that because they could do an interesting
Yeah,
take. Since they're so like obsessed with that darkness, they could do an interesting take on Scarecrow. Oh,
yeah, I'd
and
be down for
the big one, and the big one. Do you know
that.
who's going to be the second villain of the season?
Joker.
No,
Oh,
Red Hood.
two. Oh, that's wait. That could be cool. I
It
guess
could be
that'd be
cool.
yeah.
I can very visibly seeing it backfire. I can very visibly see it backfire. I can see it just go.
I mean, the thing is, all of this sounds cool, but like Titans never does things well.
Yeah, that's the thing is they take something and then they just fuck it up,
Yeah,
and that's
they do something super cool, and they're like, "Hey, look at this storyline. Like, this is you want this, don't you?" Like, yeah, I do. We're gonna do that, but we're gonna do it very shit.
yeah. Because like at first I was like when I heard the Red Hood thing I was like that's fucking dumb. Don't do it yet. You've got to do something. And then I was like, well, I guess you don't technically need the Joker because like the show did like set up him like being the black sheep of the entire group. But the problem is it
Mhm.
didn't set it up to the degree that like he
Red
should
Hood
become
is.
Red Hood. Yeah, like they should fuck him over on something. And all they did
Yeah, but
was
like the thing is, Red Hood is like all about like he's been fucking his life's ruined.
yeah.
He's like no, he can't go back to being who he
Well,
was because of how much
his
he's
life
changed.
his life didn't get ruined, right? He was like he was hanging out with Rose and then like Rose betrayed him because she was the mole the entire time, but then she quit being the mole or
I mean,
something.
like just Red Hood in general. Like his life gets fucked up,
Yeah,
and
and
he can't really go back to it. But like
I
they
don't
haven't really done that in the show. Like
yeah.
they haven't done it to a point where like yeah, I could see him becoming the Red Hood.
Yeah, it's just that one scene at the end where he's like, "I'm gonna get on my motorbike and leave," and I'm like, okay. I think they just want to
Like
get it. They know they're gonna get canceled soon, so they want to get those red
yeah,
clicks in, and that's probably why they're doing this.
the
But
the
the
problem
only
is like
reason the only reason I'm like kind of excited for it is just Curran Walters, the actor, is a very good actor, and
yeah,
I like his
he's
performance
good.
as Jason Todd. So I'm looking forward to that. And honestly, I wouldn't mind if like they take his Red Hood and like move it to like something else in the future, like his
I
own Red
like
Hood show or something like
the
that.
thing is like I I like this. It sounds cool, but like it's a Titan show. It's not like a Batman like a Bat Family show.
Hmm.
Like there's lots of other stuff you can do. It feels like everything they've done like Deathstroke, they've done like it just feels like everything they feels like most of the stuff is just his Batman, his uh, uh way Gotham. I don't know, but like I just feel like can you do something like maybe something more to do with like the other characters instead of just focusing on that part of the world.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Build-ups. Yeah,
Titans
I
is
don't know.
probably gonna fuck it up, so I'm gonna expect them to fuck it up.
Yeah,
But
I don't expect it to do
that's
well.
my problem.
It's
That was
fine.
my problem with the last season was when they did Deathstroke and when they said they're going to do Cadmus stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe they won't because last season was kind of a mess, but like maybe they won't do it this time. And then like the thing is, the first 4 episodes of season 2, I think is actually really good. But then just
Yeah,
from
I
there,
didn't hate them.
it just takes a pitfall into absolute chaos, and that's my problem with the show. And I don't see them fixing that, but who knows? Maybe they will.
And it's just not a pleasing show to watch. It's just
Mm.
not like a. It just doesn't look good.
Mm.
Just all the blue and everything. It's just kind of like I don't know. It's just, I just don't like looking at it
Yeah,
when I'm watching it. I'd rather just watch something different.
yeah. But yeah, that's that Aquaman panel. There was really nothing. It was James Wan talking about behind the scenes stuff. It was kind of cool, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Ask
Yeah, I mean,
Harley
I didn't
Quinn.
watch that.
I didn't watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch that either.
Yeah,
I've
but
never
I
seen
watched
the
like
show, so
watch the show. Very good show. That is
everyone
one of
keeps saying it's really good, and I'm like, I need to watch it, but I just haven't got the time.
yeah. But yeah, watch it.
I'll
But
try to.
I think though it's weird because that panel was like in this. A lot of this was like primarily PG-13, right? And then like
Yeah.
they censored out all her swear words, but like she says
Oh,
like fuck every like 1 minute or like 2 minutes, like Wolf of Wall Street level repetition of the word fuck.
like, yeah.
And it's like, but of course they bleep it and stuff, but like still, it was just kind of weird to see that thrown into the mix. But I can't talk. I say the word fuck way too many times on this podcast.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean,
Wonder Woman
yeah,
80th
it just like
celebration. Yeah, Wonder Woman 80th celebration. No, I didn't watch that. Tomorrow Superheroes. I didn't watch that either. Shazam
yeah, I
panel.
didn't see any of them.
I watched.
Yeah,
I
you
watched.
watched that. I was just in the call.
Yeah, and the way that they started it, it was kind of weird because it was like, oh, everything was just questions on Shazam 2, and Zachary Levi was like, I can't
Yeah.
say anything. I can't say anything. I wish I could say something, but like, I can't say anything. And then they brought a bunch of kids in, and they made a couple of jokes, and then David S. Sandberg came in, and that part was kind of funny. David S. Sandberg is kind of cool.
I love seeing dude as somebody. He's like, especially on Twitter, he's so fucking funny.
And then Sinbad came in, and I was like, he made this joke about like how like people think he was in the Shazam movie, and it's kind of a Sinbad effect, right? Or not Sinbad effect. What the fuck? It's kind of a Mandela effect. Yeah, Sinbad
Yeah.
and Mandela both on the same plane of existence. But yeah, and even like in that moment, I was like, wait a second, was he in the Shazam movie? What? And it's like, no, he wasn't in the Shazam, but he's going to be in the second Shazam movie, which
We'll
is
be in the next one.
and then also it's going to be called Fury of the Gods.
I
And
think it's a cool name. I really like it. I really love the name for it.
did the name get leaked? I feel like that name sounds familiar. This might just be
I
more
haven't
man.
heard the name.
I feel like I've heard that name before. So maybe it got leaked. Maybe it was just me being dumb. But yeah, Fury of the Gods. I feel like it's probably going to be, oh, Shazam, you split the powers into 7 people. Well, now we're mad and we're throwing stones at your head. And that's probably going to be the movie.
Yeah.
Or like throwing villains or something. But yeah, that'll be in. Is Shazam, is Sinbad going to be like a god and he's going to like be funny but also be god?
Sinbad is gonna play Sinbad.
Because the thing is, I hope they don't just jump on the funny train, because the reason that movie works so well is because Asher Angel delivered an amazing performance as a young
Oh, he
Billy.
was so good in it.
So that's so
And same
cool.
as Zachary Levi. Both of
Like
them
even
are amazing in it.
the comedy is like at the level of a Marvel movie, which don't get me wrong, it's still good, but like it's not like something
It's not great, but I actually
crazy.
found like it worked a lot better in that film than it did in like a lot of Marvel films. Like
Yeah,
in a lot of Marvel films, like it just feels like the humor's there just to make the kids happy.
yeah.
That's the only reason.
That
But
one
in
kind
this
of
one, it
broke that
feels like
feeling,
it's like I know a lot of people hate when he does like he dabs and he's flossing, and it's like, well, he's a kid.
yeah. Also,
He's
I
a
mean,
13-year-old kid.
people talk about how Asher
Kids
Angel
do
and
that.
like Zachary Levi act kind of different as their own counterparts. But like imagine you just randomly became like fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson. You're gonna
Oh yeah.
kind of have a different persona about you. So it makes sense.
Hmm.
I hope they don't double down on that, and I hope they still keep an emotional core to the film. And I trust David S. Sandberg
I
to
think they
do.
will do. I trust he's a great director, and I trust him to keep the same level. I'm interested to see what how emotional this film can be, especially since kind of I don't know how you can take the story now. Just I feel like I know how you can sort of take it when it's like the superhero side of it, but when they're all normal, it's like how can you do that now that Billy's happy with his family and he's done all the stuff trying to find his mum. I'm interested to see how they can go with it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's that.
Shazam.
What's after Shazam? Oh yeah,
I
the Wonder Woman
don't
play
know.
Werewolf
Yes,
1984. That was my favorite part of the entire thing.
1984
Oh my god,
broke me.
that broke. That
It
warrants
broke
a
me.
that warrants a high top video essay. Honestly, that
An
was.
entire video essay on why this broke
I was
me.
just like, what the fuck was that? And then I was like, and I was just waiting.
It was so long.
It was too long. That was a problem. It's like if they just
Just
made it like even Jimmy Fallon won't take it that long. He would be he would cut it
yeah.
up into little bits, but I guess they don't have a moderator on there to be like, okay, cut, keep going. But
I mean, I joined back to to watch the Suicide Squad, and I was like, okay, I was fine with it running over a bit. I was like, an extra couple minutes, I'm fine with that. That's all cool. But then it's nearly 20 minutes later, and it's like, what? Why are you still doing this?
yeah, it's just too long because they need to fill time. But Suicide Squad,
Yeah,
Kill the Justice League.
that game.
I will say
More like
first off,
Gotham Knights.
more
Fuck
like
the
this is the
Batgirl.
same fucking game.
Yeah.
No, I will say the presentation of it with Will Arnett, very cringe.
I didn't.
Extremely cringe.
That was
I
mega.
hated
That
that.
was
I
mega
hated
cringe. That was mega gamer cringe. Make me cringe. Cry.
Yeah, make me go opposite of ooh. You want me to go ooh, but I didn't go ooh. I
that
went oh whoa.
that that make me no epic gamer waffle black backflip dab.
Yeah, that made me pro gamer. That made me want a pro gamer move. Why are we referencing all these shitty ass memes? These are the shittiest fucking memes we could come up with.
And even that was more funny than that fucking thing.
Yeah, but yeah, fucking yeah, but it's not. It looks cool, similar to Gotham Knights. It looks cool. I like the action.
I think it's an interesting world, but I don't know how they can handle it.
I don't know why they need to connect it to Arkham. That was kind of a.
It doesn't need to be. But I've seen a lot of people saying oh, it's bad because Deadshot was white in the Arkham games and the stuff, and it's like, who cares, really?
I was just like, Harley Quinn looks kind of weird. I don't like the Harley Quinn design. I mean, they don't need to keep this fucking skimpy outfit or whatever, but her design just looked kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, it was so obvious that the people working on the Arkham games were just a bunch of horn dogs making it built like a dump truck.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I mean, the same people are working.
I mean, I ain't complaining,
bro. Gotta chill, dude. The simp police are after you, dude. Fucking Leafy's fans are gonna block you, dude. Leafy's fans are gonna block you. You gotta be careful.
No.
But yeah, I don't.
He's gonna make a 20-minute video saying that Barbara Gordon is not that thick.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
My nasally voice.
Caljb03.
Barbara Gordon. He's simping for Barbara Gordon, but she ain't that thick, bro. She just kind of mid.
$10. She's just going to the company, dude. You're so stupid. You don't even know that. But dude, let me talk about Excel. Let me talk about this thing I did in Excel. Fuck. We can't make leafy jokes. We can't make leafy jokes. He will kill us. But yeah,
what can he do? Make a video? Oh wait, his channel's down. What's he gonna do?
Oh shit. But yeah, this game, I don't know how I feel about it.
I mean, the problem I have is they just didn't need to announce it. You could everything we learned was basically stuff that just got leaked. So it
Yeah.
was like you didn't need. You could have just said, "Oh, yeah, some of the leaks are true." You could have
Yeah.
just put like a thing on Twitter saying like bullet points of some of the things the game will have. Because the problem is like they're saying like, "Oh, co-op," but like, I mean, I doubt they're gonna remove co-op, but like they could. They
You know what
could
they should?
remove.
You know what they could have done is just play that
Mhm.
trailer and nothing else. Because when they have
Yeah,
the developer come on and like try to talk about the game, it's like, okay, so you're going to talk about the game. He's like, no, we're
but
just
they
going to
just
tell you random
didn't.
bullshit. It's like, no,
They didn't even say
just
anything
leave it
like
at,
too important. It
yeah,
was just like, "Hey, this is stuff we already knew was or we already expected."
yeah. So just show the teaser, just show the cinematic teaser because it looks kind of cool, and then leave it at that, and
Mm.
don't do anything else because
And because the
then
problem is
you
they
raise those
hyped it up.
questions, right?
They
So
hyped it up so much, like on Twitter, like the
yeah,
Twitter
that's
account,
true.
and
They
they
were
were
like,
like,
hmm.
so if they just released a trailer, it would be like, "Oh, well, was that it?"
Yeah. Instead, they should have
And
just put that image of like Superman, and then like that's it. But they were, yeah, their
yeah,
Twitter account was like, oh, follow up in DC fandom for something. And I wonder
because
if
I've
that
seen like,
maybe came from Rocksteady or how much of that came from like DC just telling them to push it. Because the only other thing they had was the WE Montreal game, but they know the power of
yeah.
Rocksteady, so maybe they were like, okay, you guys got to push this, and they're like, we don't have much. They're like, no, just do it. That's what I
I mean,
assume
like,
happened behind the scenes.
the thing is, like, I see like a lot of people saying, "Oh, wow, this looks so much better than Gotham Knights," and I'm like, "What? You kidding me?" Like,
Even make
you cannot, you can't even say that when this game just
there's no
no
gameplay.
one knows what this is. Like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, even if they showed gameplay, it would not matter because the gameplay would still just change. It would
Yeah,
not look the same
this is 2
because
years.
it's 2 years away. Like even 1 year away, gameplay and mechanics change drastically. Let alone 2 years where like everything will be overhauled,
Yeah,
where it
I
will just
know.
become a different game.
I hope they don't fuck it up. It's weird to do this story because it feels like a story I've heard so many times. But
Yeah,
like,
just evil. Like
well,
the
Justice
people
League,
are
get the bad
evil.
guys to fight them. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. Oh
You basically had that in Lego DC Super
yeah.
Villains.
Oh shit! It is just like DC
It's
supervillain.
just DC Super Villains.
Bro, can you customize your own character? It's weird that
Yeah, I guess so.
it's weird that it's only 4 of them, right? Like those 4. They are
Well,
the
I think there's
core of,
more that there, and now it's just kind of like because it's going to be a four-player co-op. I'm guessing that's sort of like the reason why they chose those four.
yeah, and
Because
then
I've
like
seen that there's a lot of other characters in the actual game, but those are just four, the ones they showed off.
yeah, who could they do? I want them to do Deathstroke. I want. Oh, I don't know why I'm so tired. I slept well last night, but I want them to do Deathstroke. I really want them to do Deathstroke. I
Yeah,
want the good thing about like Deathstroke being in the Suicide Squad. But
it's like because the thing is like, I mean, the leaks that leak a lot of this stuff that ended up being true, like some of the characters that are going to be in the game and what the game would be about. Um, but it's like they leaked the what was it? They leaked it being a live service game, which is
mm,
just like, no, thanks, just don't
yeah,
do that. I just really don't want that at all. If
well,
it's not, I will be like pre-ordering it and getting it day one. I will be playing it. But if
mm,
it is, I just won't touch it.
yeah. Well, do we want to talk
Talk
about
about the
the
big boy, the
dun
big boy.
dun 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 dun
Boom,
dun dun
boom,
dun
boom.
dun dun dun. I mean our audio is out of sync, so it's not gonna fucking.
We just got Michael Giacchino in the chat. Like he
Yeah.
just joined.
Oh,
He's
hello, Michael
playing.
Giacchino. Oh, you can only speak in musical notes? Dun. Oh, cool. Dun. Cool. What do you think of the Batman film trailer that came out?
Dun
Dun
dun.
dun dun. This is the worst
He just
fucking
plays
bit.
some of the music. This is such a fucking. This is so epic, ruffle funny.
Yeah, fucking. Okay, but
That was so fucking good. Like, let's be real.
here's the
It was
thing. I will
amazing.
start off from the beginning. Okay, they were going to make a Batman film. It was going to be I almost said Bat Affleck. Ben Affleck.
Batfleck.
It was going to be like Arkham Asylum, where he's stuck in the thing and he has to fight some villains. Sure, that
That would have
sounds
been pretty
kind of
cool.
cool. Yeah. Matt Reeves, he's not directing it anymore. Matt Reeves is designing it. Okay, fine, sure. I would like a Ben Affleck directed Batman movie, but Matt Reeves, sure. Okay, I haven't
He's a
watched
great
any of the
director.
Apes
I'm
movies.
fine with that.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the Apes movies. Oh no, Batfleck leaves.
L.
What the fuck is going on? Oh, wait a second. Matt Reeves did the Apes movies? Okay, I haven't watched them, but I've heard a lot of good things about them. So, okay. And now Eddie Burback is really excited for this movie? Okay. Oh, okay. They got Beast from X-Men or Edward from Twilight. Okay. Oh, it's Edward from Twilight. Okay. Oh fuck, he's an actor. Okay. Okay,
He's
so
actually an actor.
there's a they're gonna Nolan this shit. Okay, maybe they're gonna do that. It's like, okay. And then you hear Matt Reeves start talking about Batman. And then that's when you turn on the black light and it's just all white because
Yeah.
okay, my god. I will say the trailer, we will talk about the trailer in a second. But just
when he was talking about
the 20
the
minutes where he's talking about it. Some people might look at that and go like,
it was
"Oh, he's
boring.
just
I
trying to
didn't like it.
or he's just trying to appease to the fans by talking about this shit." But like the way he talks about it, it's very specific. It's very specifically like sometimes he's on a podcast or something, he'll briefly mention it and it sounds kind of vague, and like when I hear that I'm like, oh, he's just trying to say something to appease people. But like this time when he was talking about it, it was so specific to like exactly what he wants to do with this films, and they selected questions really well for him to answer. And like when he's talking, like first of all, when he was talking about the Liverpool shit, right, where he was like, we shoot it in Liverpool, but then we
added some stuff in. Sure,
that's how you do it, because you don't have to green screen too much, but you just green screen really the sky so that you can see. So then perpetually while you're in Gotham, it feels like you're just in the worst part of the city all the time, right?
Yeah,
and like that's the
shade at Liverpool.
Yeah, but like
the absolute shade.
I don't hate Liverpool, but like the way that you make
it.
Right, really, you do? Okay.
No, it kind of sucks.
I mean, when I went to the UK, we didn't go to Liverpool, but like I heard like bad things about it. So, but yeah, like the old architecture and stuff like that. It feels like you're in like the non-improved part of the city in this massive city that still is kind of modern, and like the way that like he talks about that is it's so smart. Just the concept of doing that, because I mean, Nolan, of course, grounded it in his reality of like, this is what Batman would look like in our world, minus a few things about the technology being very advanced, right? And then, like, I mean, did Snyder do shit in Gotham? It was just like all blue, right? Like that was the idea.
Oh, yeah.
Super fucking dark. And then, and of course, the Schumacher films went super campy and like trying to make it like a living, breathing acid trip. And then the Keaton movies made it like that gothic thing, right? But like what he's doing is like kind of Keaton, right? But still, it's a mix of Keaton and Nolan. And I don't know why I keep saying Keaton, Burton and Nolan, right? And I think that's like the quintessential way to do it. And
I think so.
And the way he talks about characters, like everyone keeps referring, oh, I'm going to make it like Chinatown. I'm going to make it like French Connection. I'm going to make Taxi Driver. But like the way he specifically talks about, okay, it's not going to be like just like Batman Year One. Everyone loves Batman Year One. I'm making a fucking show revolving around the cops during Batman Year One, which I will say my favorite part of the Batman Year One animated movie is the Jim Gordon stuff with him.
Oh, it was so good.
And like him cheating on his wife, and then like the sort of the comparison on like him cheating on his wife being like him cheating on the law with Batman. That's a very cool comparison, right? And that was my favorite.
A good thing.
Yeah, it was my favorite part of that movie, and the fact that like there's going to be a TV show revolving around that is fucking amazing. I wasn't as excited for it before, but the way that Reeves describes it and the Reeves describes the direction of it makes me extremely excited for that. But then he just keeps fucking going. He keeps going. He talks about
ego.
Fucking ego. He talks about ego.
Mentions ego. That was so sick.
That was like the moment I lost it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's actually going deep, and he's actually like he's an
actual fan.
Yeah, and it's all sort of what's the word for it? Speculation based off the way that he's presenting himself. But the way that he is presenting himself is in a way that he's like he understands the character, but I don't think everyone's like talking about like how okay, it's just going to be like Batman in the comics. And it's like there's nothing unique to it. No, I think he's still doing something unique to it, but he's still
He's adding
making
his own flair to it.
yeah, like people are saying this is going to be the best Batman movie of all time. I'm not ready to say that yet, obviously, because one, it hasn't come out, and two, it's not perfect in my opinion. There are things that like make it not necessarily definitive Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still Matt Reeves, but it is. I think it will be the quintessential Batman film that like in like 20 years when people go. Unless Matt Reeves makes a bunch of other fucking Batman movies that are even better, I think in 20 years people will go, okay, what movie do we go if we want to understand who the fuck Batman is? They'll go to this
one.
They'll go to Dark Knight. Those will be like the two movies that people go to understand who the fuck Batman is. And that's what I'm excited for is just to see how Reeves displays the quintessential Batman that people will reference for years to come, but then also make it his unique take with things like the Riddler and the things like the story and the things with Robert Pattinson's performance. Because I don't think Robert Pattinson's performance is going to be the quintessential Batman. It's not going to be like the Bruce Wayne we all know and love. It's going to be fucking emo and dark as hell, and he's going to be like a downer. But I think that's what's going to fit with the film. And that's what I'm really excited for is just the idea that he's going to adapt like the Batman we all know and love, but with his own spin on it. And I think I think he made it very clear in the way that he talked. And honestly,
it's his own thing.
Yeah, and honestly, if we hadn't gotten the trailer, I wouldn't have been that mad either. I would have been like, okay, but like at least I know he knows what he's doing. I'm very glad
he cares about it.
And I downloaded like a fucking 4K version of it to keep for myself.
Yeah, I've downloaded it on my phone.
Yeah, but I'm very glad that like he presented himself in that way, because they could have very easily been like, hey, I'm Matt Reeves, we're directing the movie, but we can't because of COVID, but we're working on it, that's it. But you know, just to leave you guys hanging, we brought a trailer and that's it. But he like, maybe DC forced him to, maybe he just wanted to do it on his own volition, but he spent 20 minutes talking about like what he actually loves about this entire process and what he wants to do with this process. And that's what I'm admiring. I haven't watched the 8 movies. I need to watch the 8 movies at some point, but like,
yeah, you should. They're really, really good.
Yeah. But just the fact that like he was able to take this time out of the day and articulate exactly why he's making this movie and what he's going to do with this movie, it means a lot to me. But yeah,
he just seems like he really cares.
Yeah. You say your spiel about Matt Reeves, then we'll get into the trailer.
Yeah, I love just Matt Reeves so fucking much.
That's it.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that's enough. It's just the way he talked about it that made me so happy.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I was live tweeting it, and like Troy was live tweeting and shit. It's like it's just the way that like, and I tweeted about it earlier, but like, I used to like going into a little bit on the trailer. I tweeted about this, but I feel this like just such a T. Like I used to watch all these events. I used to watch all of these. I watched the MCU trailer, right? The fucking not the MCU trailer, the Civil War trailer, right? The moment where Spider-Man shows up on screen, where he's like he swings into action,
it's just
right?
amazing.
I watched that and I fucking like I died, right? And I rewatched that. So I remember I had a fever, I think that day, and I was just sitting in bed, and I watched the trailer. And I went fucking ballistic, and I kept watching that trailer like repeatedly. And I I looped that part. I looked all over the internet for all sorts of coverage on it. I think I watched a Grace Randolph video on it too. Like I was diehard for that trailer. But like after that moment over the past few years, I've very much lost that feeling. And it's not like a sense of the movie is doing something wrong, but it's just me getting older. I don't feel that sensationalism anymore. But like,
it's like I'm not super just interested in like anything comic book now. But like after watching this, I'm like, I can't wait for all of this.
And just watching Matt Reeves talk about it, but then also just watching the trailer and then watching the Twitter excitement over it, it all just like came back to me like a rush of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fine, I'm back now. And now, like, I'm looking to the trailer. I used to do this back in like like when I used to watch Marvel movies. I would like go frame by frame through the trailer and analyze everything going on. I'm doing that same shit right now, and it feels fucking amazing. And I have homework to do, and I haven't got on it yet, and I need to. But like,
You
oh
just
my,
want to watch
I
fucking
just
Batman.
I'm the movie can suck, right? Maybe the movie will suck. Who knows? You can never be 100% sure, right?
Yeah,
But I'm really glad I had this feeling again because I haven't had this feeling in a long time.
yeah, it's
Like,
just great.
yeah.
Like,
I,
just this entire event was just amazing.
yeah. In terms of the trailer, was there like so that guy is the Riddler, right? That's what they've confirmed
Yeah, the
online.
guy in like the mask, I don't
Is it
think
like
it's
a duct tape
confirmed, but like
mask?
that's basically what everyone's like speculating that
Okay.
it's the Riddler.
Yeah.
But like I
Okay.
reckon that's like towards the start of the film. That's like just
Okay.
one
Yeah.
of his kills, and that's
Yeah.
him
Then
like
maybe
setting up the riddle.
I want him in a suit. I think he'd look good, like in a green suit. Uh,
I think I'd
that's not.
like at least, at the very least, just a mention or like a nod to the suit.
Mm.
Like maybe just like he looks at he looks at a suit in like in like a that's like hung up, and it's like, no, I'm not wearing that, or something
Yeah,
like that.
and I mean, I think the coat that he's wearing in that scene is like it's like a very dark green. I think. So
Yeah,
if that's Matt Reeves' way of doing it, then sure. I don't care that much, but it would be nice to have that. The thing about the Batman,
yeah,
thing about the Batman suit, call her down. It looks beautiful, in my opinion. I think it looks absolutely fucking beautiful.
yeah,
The mask itself, I don't know how to feel about it. I like it to a certain extent, right? But just the way that the leather looks and the way that it's so curved on the top makes it look kind of like a Val Kilmer mask. And I was like, what? I don't. And the ears are so far back, like
yeah.
that it makes his forehead look absolutely humongous. Which I mean, Robert Pattinson, I guess, has like a huge forehead, but even still, it looks like it just looks too. I don't know if it looks too big or if it's just too round and smooth. I feel like if there were jagged edges and maybe the ears were a little bit forward,
It
it
could
wouldn't have.
change it.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't mind it. I don't mind the cowl. I mean, it looks a little off, but like I'm not too bothered.
it's not.
I
It's not.
think the suit itself looks amazing.
Yeah, it's not too bothersome, but it's just like whenever people are making their PFPs that and like everyone is like posting about it, that I just keep looking at it and I go,
Eh,
and then that's it. Then
yeah.
I move on with my life. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. The actual
what else?
suit itself, like the main suit, just looks very cool.
Yeah. Also,
I really like it.
what else was the other thing I was the Batmobile. I didn't expect it to be a blue flame. I thought it was going to be like an orange flame. So
Aren't like blue flames a lot hotter than?
yeah, so I guess
So I guess that makes
uh,
sense.
yeah. Um, he looks. I was saying this to you earlier, but like that scene of him without the mask and the eyeliner, he looks like a
Yeah,
it looks like a gameplay cinematic. But
yeah.
but I mean,
But I
honestly,
like it. I think it looks.
gameplay cinematics are amazing because they're shot not shot beautifully. The lighting and stuff is like perfect on them. So I guess that's a
Yeah,
testament to Matt Reeves cinema
yeah.
and
It's
his
like
cinematographer, right? Because the
gameplay
guy did like
cinematics are just
Doom,
a lot
right?
easier to perfect.
Yeah. So um I was looking through the trailer, right? You know, there's that scene at the funeral, right, where the car crashes in, right?
Yeah,
It seems that Batman goes there later, like in the day, to investigate, and that's when like an explosion like blows up in his face. So
yeah. Or maybe like, because it looks like the car's still there and everything. Maybe like he gets into the suit while he's there or something. I don't know.
yeah, maybe. I mean, it didn't look like it was being filmed. It looked like it was being filmed in the day, which is why I thought maybe he comes back there. Um,
Mm.
Catwoman
Well, I
mask.
mean, 'cause
I
I
don't.
think
Or go ahead. Go
in
ahead.
that scene, it looked like the guy that came out that had like that had the letter
Mm,
sellotaped to him. It looked like he might have had like a bomb as well.
mm. Which
So
is
that
why I
could
was
have
like,
been like maybe what the explosion had been.
That and like
I don't know.
the thing is, the chairs look fucking perfectly aligned in that scene. That was like kind of confusing.
Yeah.
But also the
By the time
Catwoman
to set it
mask.
back up.
I don't see. It's a fine mask to have it like a homemade mask. It's weird that her eye
Yeah.
like space is so big. I don't know how I feel about that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
kind of wish they give her goggles, but like I don't. I mean, again, I don't care that much. It's just kind of interesting. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it too much. I think it looks quite all right. Like it's supposed to be homemade, so I mean, seeing that it's also her origin, so
mm,
I don't really mind too much. I'm hoping that maybe like at the end of the film, or maybe like in the next film, if we get another one,
yeah.
they do
They're supposed
have
to.
like the
They're
full
supposed to have
color
like a
and stuff.
motorcycle chase, right? Like through the graveyard or
Yeah,
something
because
like that.
there's a bit with her like putting like on it with her helmet on a
Mm,
motorbike. So like I'm guessing there'll be something with both of them like
yeah,
going through because there's also I reckon like in the graveyard bit that's when Bruce Wayne's like driving through it
yeah.
because he also
Um,
drives a motorbike around.
yeah, the one where he falls down and shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
What was the other thing? Oh yeah, the Batcave. Is that Old Wayne Manor?
I think it looks like it's like an old like train station because
Train?
like it says like Wayne Service or something, and it looks like
Oh.
there's like it's like a tunnel going through like the steps. So I think
Hmm.
it could be like a an old like indoor
That
train station.
he sort of operates it. That actually, yeah, that
And
makes.
it could also work with like how he can get around in with the bike,
Hmm. I
since like the train station can connect up everywhere.
the makeup on Penguin, fucking amazing. Um,
That was so good.
people were
Holy
complaining
shit.
like, why would you do that and like waste so much money on the prosthetics when you can just get Richard Pryor for something? And I was like, I mean, but it's still like a testament to
How good
props.
it is. But
Yeah.
like but you also like but like if they don't think he would fit Richard Pryor would have fit as the Penguin, then like if they didn't want him if they wanted Colin Farrell for this rendition, then like you need Colin Farrell for that rendition.
Yeah, so I don't need to
Depends on how they
force
wanted to
someone
do
just
it.
for the look. Yeah, they just kind of adapted it like as they went on. So it looks very, very strange. Also, I don't know if it was you. Was it you who tweeted that like when someone shoots him like in the chest, like the symbol glows like orange for a second?
No, I didn't see that.
Someone
I noticed that when I was like looking through it,
yeah, I
but
saw that and
yeah,
I was like, that's kind of interesting. It doesn't seem as realistic, but like I'm fine with that. It's
yeah,
cool. Is that the gun who killed his parents? Is that the gun who killed his parents? The gun just
the
walked up
gun
to
who
an
killed his
alleyway and
parents.
shot his parents.
It's like
But
I've
yeah,
had enough of you, Wayne.
you haven't been supplying me with ammunition, so I'm going to use my last two bullets on you and your wife. And then Bruce Wayne grabs the
We'll
gun.
leave the kid because I don't have enough bullets.
Yep. Then Bruce Wayne grabs a gun and he's like, "You killed my parents," and then slaps it on his
I'm
chest.
gonna use you in my my Batman suit.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks
No, Bruce, don't turn me into a bat symbol.
looking at the suit like closer, like it looks cool, kind of like with that, because like the bat symbol actually has texture to it instead of just being like a plain black symbol. So it's nice that it has that kind of mechanical texture to it. I like that. Um, Batmobile looks fucking awesome. That shot like the No More Lies thing. Uh, shit. Did Craig fail?
Discord, I think Discord just shut itself.
I think
I
Discord
just
also.
couldn't hear anything.
It says it's still recording. Uh,
Okay,
uh, I'm gonna pray to God that it's
let's hope
yeah,
it's still recording.
yeah, okay, whatever. But yeah,
Okay,
that No More Lies thing that was leaked, right? Like a year ago.
I think so. I
Because I
didn't see that. I wasn't sure.
because I remember seeing that like specific picture of the guy's head, and I was like, I definitely have seen that before, like in some weird glitched
I'm
image.
not sure.
So
I don't recognize it.
yeah. But yeah, what else is there? The scene with him beating up the criminal. Um,
That was so cool. It felt like
that was
Arkham.
yeah, it did because the fucking triangle, double square, like fucking triple
Yeah,
square,
like
whatever the
everyone's
fuck.
making those jokes.
Yeah, and like I did he kill that person?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either because the way that Matt Reeves seems to be talking about it and the way that Matt Reeves seems to like even like the way that it looks, it doesn't seem like it's a kill. It just seems like he's being extra violent, right? Um,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
it
gonna.
also like it could. I mean, I feel like there's because he says like, oh yeah, he does make mistakes in it. Like he's also growing, so I
Yeah,
feel like there could also be like times when like maybe he's being too harsh and he accidentally kills someone,
that would be kind of.
and then like, and that's maybe like one of the like he maybe starts getting a bit soft. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with that, but there is that part of me that's like, come on, Matt, come on, man, don't 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 break too many organs, right?
No,
Just
no, yeah.
break the bones, break the muscles, but don't break their
But not the
hearts.
lips. Don't break the teeth. They need the teeth.
Yeah, they need the teeth and they need their heart.
They need
Break
they
their
need
heart.
to chew the food.
Yeah. Oh, the scene with before we talk about the telltale shit.
Oh yeah,
The scene with him and the cops. That was kind of my
in the like in the police place, like
yeah.
when like they're beating him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very cool.
That was very cool. The big question is how the fuck did they get to that situation? It's like,
Yeah,
does Jim Gordon bring him in for something, but it's actually like a ambush or something like that? Or is there like it's just very confusing to me as to how he ends up in that
they
situation.
get there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice to
I mean,
see a
I'm
Batman
interested.
that's working with the cops like that. That's fucking cool. I haven't seen that in a Batman movie in a very long time. Like a
Yeah,
group of
it
cops.
also looks like he's becoming more of a detective
Mm,
instead of like just hey, I'm gonna run in here, beat these people up, and that's it.
yeah. I
Like I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's very clearly Arkham inspired. I think that's something you
Oh
can take
yeah,
from this.
oh for sure.
It's so clearly Arkham inspired. But the other thing it seems to maybe be inspired off of is Telltale, and
Yeah, like if the way he's still, I don't think you can kind of get hints of that in the trailer, but like it's more just what he says in the interview. That's like, oh
yeah.
yeah, this is inspired by Telltale.
Then I think so. Yeah, here's my big thing on the plot. So, but not maybe potential spoilers. I don't know if it's potential
If it
spoilers
happens,
if it happens, right? I'm speculating that the movie is going to be opening with that murder, right? That murder is going to happen, and then he's going to go in and he's going to he'll already be kind of established with the police, and he'll go and he'll try to investigate what the fuck is going on with this thing. He'll have his own personal issues with like being Batman and establishing like sort of like what Matt Reeves said about like he knows what he wants to do but it's not working, so now he doesn't know what he needs to do now, right? um and that'll keep going for some shit, and then
yeah,
then there'll be more murders, maybe something with Penguin and Selena. I don't know. I
maybe
feel like the Penguin Selena plot is tied together. That's my
it
theory.
could be. I feel like
Selena,
that could work.
yeah, like Selena's taking advantage of this murder mystery and then like trying to steal something from Penguin. That's my limbo on that. And then
That could work.
the more problems with the Batman. There's that car that I'm assuming that car incident, right? Is like the thing that leads to
The midpoint, I'm thinking.
or like the thing that leads into the second act of the film.
Yeah,
Um, and then something really fucking traumatic is gonna happen, like at the
like so
end of the
really
second
bad.
act. Yeah, and I think and I saw someone on Twitter tweet this, and I was thinking this. It's probably going to be that Edward Nashton knew who Batman was the entire time, and all the murders have been like class criminals, right? And like people higher ups or maybe government officials who started off as criminals, and he also wants to kill Bruce Wayne because Bruce Wayne is the son of Thomas and Martha Wayne, and there will be a revelation that Thomas and Martha Wayne did a bunch of fucked up shit. I think
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen, and that's going to be the big twist of Act 2, and then Act 3 is going to be about Batman. And my prediction is the scene where he's like almost crying at the end, right, and looking at the camera or whatever the fuck with his
yeah,
eyeliner is going to be the scene where he like finds out that Thomas and Martha Wayne were horrible people.
yeah.
And
Because like he's even hinted like that his family is like,
where does
and
the
like Matt
family
Reeves is saying like
yeah.
his family are involved and stuff, and it's like incredibly inspired by the Telltale games.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see how it gets
And
pulled
again,
off.
that is like the basic level of speculation, though. I think I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if they completely subvert our expectations with something. But again, the point is not to subvert the expectations. The point is to tell a cohesive story. And I think the draw for this
yeah,
movie will be seeing how Pattinson's Batman deals with those things instead of just like the
yeah. I think I'm
storyline.
interested to see how they work it into it, look
Yeah,
into the story without it being too pandering or without it being too. I don't know.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. It has to work. I think it will
I
if they do it
and yeah,
right.
as a whole, this thing was fucking. It was fucking beautiful, and
It was
it
so
it,
sexy.
it revitalized my hope for like DC shit. Not all DC shit because
Yeah,
DC still has its problems, obviously, but it revitalized a lot of that love I had for these characters, and I cannot fucking wait. My theory is that like I mean they're gonna get a second movie, right?
they
Obviously,
will. I
right?
mean, from what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be a trilogy,
Yeah. And I
and they're going
mean,
to be three.
I feel like the way because like Matt Reeves wants to expand the world, right? So maybe they'll make only three
Mm.
Batman films, and then
But they'll
if it's
like make
established
maybe
enough,
spin-offs.
yeah, and they might do like a spin-off. I hope they do Robin at some point.
Yeah, I'd be
Um,
interested to see Matt Reeves' take on Robin.
yeah, I don't want it to be super dark and depressing though. I want it to like
No,
feel like a like kind not in this like the exact tone of like the Batman 2004, but like kind of in that tone of
yeah,
like a he's not super dark and depressing, but it is something traumatic that happens to him, and he helps a kid overcome that with a positive spirit. And I feel that's going to
yeah,
be like the whole arc of these. Like if he's going to make this trilogy, I think the whole arc of all these movies is going to be sort of bring Batman from like this point in his life of like dark, depressing Arkham Telltale bullshit
yeah.
to
He's just a brutal,
to
brutal guy who just
yeah,
doesn't care about anything.
more of a Batman we recognize from a lot of the animated properties.
Yeah,
I so yeah.
I'd be excited to see how that works. And the only problem is it's stuff like you can't really kind of do massive time jumps, like stuff like because think of this is like a year and a half after he's been Batman, so like you can't really do Robin unless like you in the next film if you do like
Yeah.
a time jump where he's been it for like 10 years,
Yeah,
but
and
then
then
you'd
it'll
have
be
to like
weird
have
when
a lot
he.
of makeup and with Robert Pattinson,
I
and
mean,
it's like, would you want to do that?
I feel like they could jump to year 5 at least, right, for the next film. Like if this is year
Yeah,
2, they could do year 5,
easily they could
maybe
easily do
6.
that.
Yeah,
They wouldn't need to worry about they could probably just like the next film will be year 5, and then the next film after that will be whatever it will be year 10 maybe, or
yeah,
like the last few years as Batman, and they do a lot of like prosthetic work on Robert Pattinson to make
yeah.
him look
For like a little thing.
old or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
wonder
excited
how
to
they
see
do
how they do it.
Robin. I kind of want them to do Court of Owls. I feel like Court of Owls would be a perfect sequel to this because like this has
Yeah,
got. But I wonder if that will be just a repetition of it.
I mean, I think it'd probably be worth waiting and seeing how it gets received with the game. I mean, it don't really matter too much, but like
Mm.
you'd want to see how that gets received. If people like, oh, we don't like the Core of Owls, and then
Then
if it's like, oh, we're gonna add it to like the big movie, then
yeah,
you may just call that off.
yeah, but yeah.
But like, I'd be down with seeing a live action Call of Owls. But like, I mean, I'd also like to see some more Batman villains that just like maybe like Bane or like Two Face or whatever.
Two Face would be. I see. I don't want to. It's weird to do Two Face for the second film because that's what Nolan did. But like Two Face would be.
Yeah.
I saw something going around that they want Dave Patel as Two Face, which I like that.
Wait. Oh yeah.
That would be kind of a good choice. I think Dave Patel is a decent actor. So
It could work.
yeah, I wonder if
I
they'd
mean,
ever.
like, I know it's a weird villain, but like, I really, 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 really fucking want Clayface in live action.
No, that
I just really fucking want to see Clayface.
that would kind of work actually. I think.
I mean,
I don't know
I don't
for
even care if
a
it's like
villain.
I don't care if it's like in this series of films, just in a
You
Batman
want.
film. I just want Clayface in live action.
Yeah.
He's great. I love Clayface so much.
You can do interesting
I
shit
just,
with Clayface. Here's my
yeah,
prediction. Here's my big prediction. This is kind of the easy way to do. Not easy way. None of this shit is easy. But the storyline
one of the easiest ways.
Yeah, one of the easier ways to maybe do this one is the Riddler. Next one is Court of Owls, and then the final one is Hush.
Mm-hmm.
So then
that could be really cool.
You get all the rogues sort of in between here and there, and then you build them up to Hush. I feel like that might work kind of well for I think the direction that Matt Reeves is going, but again, I don't see where Robin falls into that place.
And you could still have like the side plots that could continue, like maybe like the side plot with Penguin, like that's not important to the main thing, I don't think. Or I think it will be like a massive thing, but you can continue that.
Yeah.
And continue like the story, see where that goes, and the same with like Catwoman, and you can maybe start adding more to that story. So like it's not the main villain, but like they are important to like something.
Yeah.
I guess.
Overall,
I mean, I'm interested.
Batman trailer, 10 out of 10. Suicide Squad trailer, 9.5 out of 10, I think.
I'd say like a 9, an 8 or 9. I mean, I don't want to sound like incontent, but I would have liked a teaser trailer like the Batman.
Yeah.
Because only just because of the fact that like they filmed way more and like it's coming out a lot sooner. I feel like they could have done that, but like I mean, what we got was just amazing anyway. So I'm not too bothered. Like, yeah, it was still amazing.
Yeah, I'm just happy. This was like especially with everything going on right now. This was like that one boon to be like, thank fucking God. So
yeah, I'm just glad it was good.
Yeah,
there were like misses in the show. Like there were like
Fandom as a whole
just wasn't that good.
I think Fandom as a whole, like it's like 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the main things, the important things, like the games, the films, they were just great. They were really good. And then when it was like the stuff that's important but not as big, like the TV shows and like the other stuff, they was all right. I just I wasn't too interested, so I can't really say too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
Overall,
I'd love to see Marvel or do something like that.
Yeah, Marvel. Are they gonna have an event? The thing is,
I'm pretty sure they're doing Comic-Con.
Yeah, they put all their cards on the table, but then now they don't have any more cards. But then also, pandemic is going on, so like they can't.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what they're going to do, and everyone knows that it's just a waiting game for them to do it. Whereas DC, no one was really sure what they were going to do, so now they're like, no, this is what we're going to do, and they already have got stuff in the works. So I think, I mean, I don't want to be the whole DC versus Marvel guy, but right now, obviously, DC is just kind of in the win, and
they are.
Yeah,
they're doing very well in stuff that they're showing off, and it's like, the DC versus Marvel stuff's kind of annoying, but like, just let them have it. We've waited this long for something like this.
Yeah,
this is just cool.
Yeah, DC fandom 10 out of 10. Marvel friend
10 out of 10, perfect.
Marvel,
nothing wrong.
You can go
You can die because we don't care about you. We hate Marvel. Everyone hates Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel more like poopy. Got them. They got epic pranks.
All right, I got a great ending for this this podcast or whatever the fuck this is called. Are you ready?
You ready?
Who's there? Oh shit. It's Jake from State Farm.
It's audible.
Jake from State Farm. Oh fuck! It's Jake from State Farm. Oh god!
My last words.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! He's entering the room. Oh fuck! He's entering the room. Oh god! He's taking all my cookies and he's eating them. Oh shit! He has an insurance policy in his hand and also a Batman Funko Pop and he's gonna stab me with the Batman Funko Pop. Oh my fucking god! Oh god! Okay, goodbye guys. Goodbye.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! You gotta animate that entire thing.
I will animate the entire podcast.